Kazuwazu gifted a tier 1 sub to Stream Elements. They have given 636 gift subs in the channel.
Hey. Hi. Hi, guys. Hello, hello.
Hello, cutie.
Oh my goodness. Thank you so much for the 2 months, Stella. Thank you. And thank you, Kazu, for the 3 months of being a burnt memban. I really appreciate you guys so much. You might not... you may notice I don't have a chat on screen today. I usually do, but because of TOS and things, I'm not allowed to have both Twitch and YouTube chat on at the same time, on screen at the same time, but we have a lot of people in both today. And so, you know, I just highly encourage, if you want to like lurk in both streams or at least open both chats, you can see what's going on. But I'm reading everything. Hi. Hello, everybody. Did you guys have a good morning? Did you have a good morning? I spent the whole morning thinking about VCraft Enchanted. And then I bookmarked it because I haven't watched it yet. But I saw that Vox did a whole like letters to like New Witchington residents stream, and that he many thanks to the person who's been clipping every single one. But I just shaking in my enclosure, shaking, screaming and crying in my enclosure because I didn't watch it yet because it's like 1 minute and 40 seconds long, and I'm like, I will cry and I have to stream. And Vox is just so sweet. I don't know. I don't know. I saw that there was one for Granny, so I bookmarked it. I have to watch it after stream though, because I feel like, you know, by the end of VCraft Enchanted, right? Vox had a lot of things to say, but like all of our interactions in character have also been very, very gentle. And so I was just, I knew I was gonna cry. Kajeta! Thank you so much for the Akka Supa! What? I have supas from yesterday to read too. Yeah, I have some supas to read from yesterday, if you don't mind me going through those as well at the start of stream. We're gonna get right into the VCraft talk though. I think we'll jump right in, but I also want to do a very, very speed run self-introduction if it's our first time meeting. And I had an idea for tomorrow's stream actually. Tomorrow I want to do kind of a short karaoke and self-introduction stream. So like tomorrow will actually be some kind of karaoke and self-intro. Hi, Lan! Crying every day, to be honest. I know we made you cry so much. I'm sorry, I love you. Do you guys know how much I love Lan? Do you know that I love Lamp, but I also love Lan? And I can't imagine having never ever spoken to her. That's like not possible. That is not conceivable. Truly though, in truth, oh no, my vernacular! My vernacular is all messed up. Landphilia love? Yeah! Exactly. You get me, random citizen. Oh my gosh. And then I watched, okay. I don't know, guys. My attention is really split lately because I'm trying to watch everyone's streams. I'm trying to watch everybody's VCraft Enchanted, like, recap streams, and I can't catch all of them live, so then I have to watch the VODs. And then it was the mayor's birthday yesterday. Well, it was Crimson Ruse's birthday yesterday, but me still kind of transitioning out of the whole headspace is like, that's my mayor! So his birthday stream was awesome. He had really cool unarchived karaoke as well. Just yeah. It's been a couple of days, you know. It has been a time. Oh my gosh. Let me go ahead and read this though. Thank you again, Kojima, for the Akasupa. I really admire you. You inspire me to keep trying to form connections with others and communicate even if it's scary. Oh, your kind heart is a blessing, and I'm grateful for having now met you. May all the kindness you have given to others be returned to you tenfold. You're so sweet. You sang the song. Oh my gosh. Ooh, you should go watch him sing that, but why don't we go talk about it somewhere only we know? my heart goes like ba-dum ba-dum ba-dum. I also want to say thank you to all the oomfs, which is you. I don't care who's following who on Twitter. If you're watching this right now, you're my oomfy now. Hold on, let me change phone cases. I have a flower friend phone case. If you're meeting me for the first time though, I forgot my stream intro. I was so nervous. Hi, I'm Mintmai. I'm a Baker Idol VTuber. I was originally just a Baker VTuber, but just last April, I made my debut as a virtual idol too. So I do the little dancey singing thing now as well. But yeah, when you guys tweet about, you know, the VTubers that you love and stuff about VCraft Enchanted, and you talk about your oomfs, can you include me too? Can you go like, this is for my friends and oomfs and also Mintmai? I hope you know that reference. I think it's... What was his name? What was his name? I can find it. It was the... Oh, yes. Hey, guys, when you say something is for the girls and the gays, can you include me in that as well? The girls, the gays, and Coleman, too. If that's not too much trouble. Thanks, guys. So, hey, guys, when you say something is for the oomfs, can you include me in that as well, you know? The oomfs? Not the goomps, oh my gosh. Bad misspeaking. The oomfs and Mintmai, if that's not too much trouble. We got you, oomph, we got you, yippee! I also have something really funny to say, but I think I'll do that after, I'll do that in a moment. Let me see. Okay. Yippee! Okay, here we go. Alrighty, now I'll say it. I'm too impatient. I don't want to camp and wait to say anything. Also, if you guys see any of the VCraft oomfies in at least YouTube chat, if they pop up there, or Twitch chat, whichever you're in, can you like call them out and be like, Granny, so and so is here, so I can mod them? Thank you. I want to mod them. Lexus, thank you for being a membun for 3 months. I really appreciate it. Alex, thank you for the 5 membunships. Thank you guys so much. I love me when later is 2 seconds later. I'm sorry. I can't. I'm really bad at... Actually, if you ask the flower friends, I'm very tight-lipped about things that is important. Lamp here. Oh, well, I know you're here. Choo. Mwah. Big smack on the forehead for Lamp. Big juicy grandmother smack on the forehead. Yay! Thank you, Bren, for 3 months of membership. I really appreciate it. I think, you know, VCraft is also another thing that it's really hard to pick sides because I started streaming. My first stream was also as Mintmai, but I had a PNG that I drew together, and it was very, very simple, and it was just an Omori stream. But my first stream was just with that PNG of my design and Omori. It was just a game. I was very quiet, super shy, super scared. But that was almost 3 years ago now. I started streaming in October of 2022, so my anniversary is actually October 30th of this month. But I didn't start streaming to both places, you know what I mean? Like red and purple sites until 2025. However, as a viewer, I kind of really like YouTube culture, if that makes sense. I think it's just because when I'm like Twitch mobile is a little bit broken. It's so hard because I don't have favoritism because everyone in the chats, I see all of you and you're all very cute. But as far as when I lurk in streams, I like lurking on YouTube because it breaks less for me. And I have YouTube Premium, so I don't get ads and I can like tab out, and it's very, very easy for me on my phone or computer. So I'm very glad that multi-streaming is becoming like more regular. But yeah, I really appreciate you guys. If you guys are just joining membership, I think you can see old stuff, right? There is a phone wallpaper for membuns. Yeah. So if you're a fan of mine, you're a flower friend no matter what. But over on Twitch, if you subscribe, you're a sub sandwich, and then over on YouTube, if you're a member, you're a membun. Yeah. Oh, members can see old member posts? Oh, that's good, that's good. I just remembered. I was chatting in Malam's chat yesterday. He said he's gonna keep calling me Granny forever, and I'm like, yeah, I'm okay with that. That sounds good to me. Frayed! Okay, hold on. Okay, there we go. Thank you for... Everyone points and go, Grandma, look! When you see people here. Praise chat! Okay. Passing out VIPs and mods today to friends.
Gifted a tier 1 sub to Freed.
Thank you, Alex, for gifting a sub to Freed.
Gift subs in the
Thank you. Oh my gosh. Actually, maybe just for today. I don't know how to turn off the. I've always, you know what? I just leave it. Brian TTS, you can keep yapping. But what I was going to say was, I greatly appreciate everyone's support, and in honor of some people sending me supas and things, I found the perfect way to celebrate your super chats, because hold on, let me thank the ones from yesterday. I actually, okay, let me see. Can I find the ones from yesterday? Okay, I found them. Or not from yesterday, just any that I might have missed, from the past. Okay. So, I'll just go all the way back actually to the start of VCraft streams just to make sure I don't miss anyone. But Alex, thank you for the $2. Apple F, thank you so much for the really cute bird sticker. Kajeta, thank you for your first Akasupa and for liking Granny's story. I really appreciate that. Malka, thank you so much for the yellow supa. Really enjoyed this character you created. Such heartwarming stories surrounding her. I was not expecting that. I'm super grateful though, because I feel like I've made like, I've met people that I hold very close to my heart now, you know? And it's been a lot processing that too. Thank you, Celia, for the yellow and the orange supa. Is that on purpose? Is that on purpose? I know that you sent those. I saw that you sent those while me and Calvin, or rather Calyx, were we're doing our OOC chat very late. By the way, what's my favorite color? It's orange! Orange is my heart color. It is Mintmai color. Malum and I were actually just talking about it though. We're like, if you put neighbors' heart colors together, we're yellow, orange, red, and we're like, we're so normal about that. Yippee! Yippee, yippee! It's just so cute. It's just so warm and fall color palette, and it's my favorite thing ever. But yeah, thank you, Stella, for joining membership. I know who you are. It's the same Stella. Thank you. Welcome to membership. I haven't done members only content before, but I was planning to, because I feel bad if people give me money and then I don't do anything different. I feel bad if you guys are supporting me and I don't at least have like something for you, you know? So feel free to scroll through the member tab. I might occasionally post something there. If not, at least try to do like a short member stream here and there. I still don't really know how to stream just to YouTube though. So it's a learning process. So thank you for your patience. But yes, thank you, Celia, for those supas, orange and yellow, my favorite colors as well. Shy Guy Randan, thank you very much for saying I miss you, Grandma. Thank you. Baltava, thank you very much. Thank you for saying take care, Granny. And Noah, thank you for saying take care, Granny. Mooney, thank you so much for the yellow supa as well. I actually don't know the color hierarchy. I just know everyone's like, Akka is just like, wow, you're crazy. Akka is Hongbao. It's gonna be really hard not to call people by RP name. I agree. It's like we were living there. But yeah, thank you so much. Please know that whatever color supas you send, it does not change how much I appreciate you. Because I think it always really blows my mind, and I get very flabbergasted that anyone wants to go out of their way to support me that way at all. And I always reinvest this. Like I save it and I want to put it into I like cute artwork or things I can get for flower friends. So thank you. Like my projects and stuff. If you haven't seen it, I have an idol concert. I did the whole thing from home and it took me about a year to make. So if you want something to watch later, you can save that. Sorry it's written in third person. I copied I copied it over from a command. But yeah, Burn Bright is my idol concert, and the set list has a lot of songs that are very near and dear to my heart, and Yeah, I feel very shy promoting it, but hey, that is there. But thank you, Mooney. Thank you for saying that you're near and dear to us. Please continue your Fig Jam empire. I will. I will probably not be able to play Minecraft without fig trees anymore. You're a beautiful soul, you and Mint. I am happy. I'm to see your story again on my own time, but for now we must away. Oh, not the for now we must away. Oh my gosh, is it like streamer, like chat? Because why must you all inflict so much pain on me? Like streamer, like chat. Man. Oh my gosh. Oh, I see. Thank you guys for supporting me. Your Mandarin's on point? I'm fluent. 大家好，我是 Mintmai， 我是一个how do you say indie VTuber actually in Mandarin? I don't know the details. But I am fluent. I might have the slightest bit of an accent because I speak it at home, so I grew up speaking Mandarin at home with my parents. But I still speak, you know, English more, right? I speak English with like my sister and whatnot, but I speak Mandarin and English with my parents. But yeah, thank you. Hotaru, thank you so much for the super chat. Take care and rest well. Otsu Granny, Otsu Mint. Thank you for Otsuing both of us. Thank you, Virgil Drister, for the thanks sticker. That's so cute. And thank you, Kajeta, again for the Aka Supa. I will say thanks to everyone's supas. I actually... This is what I was gonna tell you guys, and I kept getting distracted, so... If I ever start a talking point and I don't follow through on it, that happens sometimes. I'll do my best, but I'll show you guys what I bought. Don't rat me out to them, though. They can find out on their own time. Hold on. Where is it? Where is the picture? Where is the photo I'm looking for? It's fine. This will have to work. This will have to do. I'm speed running this, adding these images into OBS. Bum ba bum bum bum. Okay, you ready? Are you ready to see? I bought myself with with people's contributions during VCraft. I bought myself a Calyx Pape. I actually did. I knew I wanted one after we spoke immediately. K-Pape! Also, Sunny, thank you so much for the supa. And thank you, Mai, for the supa. And thank you, Blackweeds, for the supa. Let me read them in a moment. And then I also bought a Malum Pape. You know how hard it was to get a Malum Pape, though? Because they're sold out. Mlem Papes were like pre-order and they sold out, and so the K Papes are in stock, so thank goodness you guys didn't buy them all out. Thank you for leaving one for me. But then Mlem Papes are sold out, and so I found them. I found one though. Yeah, I had to dig around on JP secondhand sites. And I think there's a cinder bun that was selling theirs, like a Japanese cinder bun that was selling theirs, and I was like, okay, good, because it would really make me sad if I got one without the other. That's so sweet. No, I just want to put them on my shelf, you know? We're neighboring so hard, and I know that it's like they're not their characters. That's like the other thing about VCraft, but everyone did put a lot of themselves into their characters. Yeah. We thought there was gonna be a war for the Pape. That's the only thing I knew about Calyx prior to Calvin. That and the G baby baby edit by Faye Oomph. Those are the only things I saw. But yeah, I have these. I'm going to manifest Mintmai Pape now. I'm actually working on one. I guess this is a good time to segue very smoothly into my self-introduction. But yeah, hello everyone. I'm Mintmai. I'm a Baker Idol VTuber, but I'm also a small business owner. I have a merch store that I run myself, and it's just like where I put merch and whatnot of like my mascots and things like that. I guess I could do a little bit of a sharing time. Let me see. Who wants to see mintmai.com? But I am working on a Mintmai Pape because I owe it to Flower Friends. Because I did a donathon and they kind of blew it out of the water, which I was not expecting, and then I was like, oh shoot, oh no, I actually have to do all of this stuff now that I promised everyone I was gonna do. Which is a great thing, it's a wonderful thing, and because of that donathon, that's why I was able to get 3D equipment to do my concert at all. So I'm really, really grateful for everyone. But I am sharing this not because I want you guys to buy anything from me, but rather because spend your money wisely. Spend the Oshikatsu, you know, support your Oshis. But I do want to show you guys this part of me because I put a lot of myself into it, and I personally like collecting character merch and having it. That explains the papes that I bought as well. Kit Kat, thank you for 15 months. Thank you. But yeah, you can see there's some stuff here, and a lot of the stuff that I sell, it's like drawn by my friends. So I like commission my own friends who are artists to do the art for some of this merch, or illustrators I really admire. But for instance, like I drew this one. So I draw maybe half of the store is me, and then half of it is like friends and oomfs and stuff. But yeah, this I also drew. I feel like it's a good intro. Like these I drew. This charm is mine. The badges. Yeah, so I don't know. I really like merch. I really like merch, guys. These peeker stickers are also my art, and like the prints. Not all of them, but like it says if you click into anything on my store, there'll be who drew it, and then if you click on that, it opens their Twitter. So yeah. Yippee! But I kind of pride myself in doing a little bit of everything and then putting all of myself into it. I need to update this too, but if you want to learn a little bit more about my mascot characters, there's an about page. But that's not what I mainly wanted to show you. I have a website. Who's the turtle? The turtle's my friend Mochi! The turtle is a real person. Outside of being a mascot, the turtle is an actual human being who is one of my IRL besties because when I started VTubing, I told him about it, and he got very interested in the tech side. So when I first started out, he's actually my rig artist. I am my own VTuber model artist. So I'm my own mama, and then my friend is my papa. So everything's super homemade because when I first started streaming, I couldn't really fund anything, if that makes sense. I could not justify dropping a lot of money on model art that I wanted. And so I was like, okay, well, I do draw. That was the career I had gone into. I was a animation major. So if you were here when I was yapping lots and lots and lots to Calix/Calvin about animation and stuff, it's because my degree is in 2D animation. And I personally specialize in character art, character animating. I also took screenwriting classes, and I care a lot about this stuff. And then I also worked on some cool stuff and graphic novels. So that's like kind of my non-VTubing background. You're not gonna be able to dig it up though, and please don't try. I trust you all to be very awesome about that. But yeah, I take a lot of that into what I do as a VTuber though. So yeah. Just 2D or also 3D? My 3D model that you see for my Idol concert, that was 3D modeled by my rig artist Mochi, and then I texture painted it. So I painted the model from scratch. I had to learn 3D texture paint for it. I was thinking of commissioning someone, but 3D equipment is really expensive, so I decided to try and invest better in the equipment, and then, Mochi actually pitched to me and was like, I'm really interested in 3D modeling, so why not you commission me for the model and then you texture paint it? And I was like, I like that idea because it's kind of a full circle moment. It's a really full circle moment for us kind of having made my models, in the past to also make the 3D ones is really cool. Making sure I don't miss these though. Sunny! I see you on Twitter. I recognize you. Still can't believe that first Fig moment started such a domino effect. It did. My dearest neighbors and I take to heart. I take to heart. Oh, you're such a funny and lovely person. I adore Granny so bad. Thank you. What the heck? Thank you so much. I actually don't think I'm that funny, but I think streaming has changed my opinion. You speak Mando too? Lan, yes, I do. And I actually do know that you do as well. I speak Mandarin fluently. Oh my gosh, what if I sang a Mandarin song for you guys? Mai, thank you for the super daily reminder to check out Mintmai's Burn Bright 3D concert VOD. It's sick. Dude, you're like, you glaze me a lot. You glaze my concert so much. Thank you. I see what you post on Twitter. And Blackwing, thank you so much for your super. My favorite neighbors are as warm as the sunset their colors make. Thank you for an amazing story. It was very unintentional, but oh my gosh. Oh man. We love Grandma so much. I love you guys so much. Thank you for thinking that I'm skilled and whatnot. How did I not know who Mochi was until now? I think he's been less involved in some of the behind the scenes stuff for a while. I think in the first year I was VTubing, Mochi was a lot more like free to do stuff. And also because I haven't gotten to have an outfit debut in a while because I've been very ambitious with other projects. But hey guys, guess what? It's time to look at Mintmai's closet. Yippee! This is just kind of turning into an introduction stream as well. Forgive me. Forgive me. In truth, I am addicted to clothing. And I figured, you know, if you're meeting me for the first time, I might as well make it easier for you instead of being like, you have to watch my stream tomorrow to unlock the secret content. But tomorrow, I think what I will do is I'm gonna go ahead and watch some, or I'm gonna sing some songs that are important to me, and I think that's another great way of getting to know me a little bit better outside of Granny. But this is my little website. This is my card. Let me just link it to you guys, honestly. Here it is. We're really hardworking. Thank you, Lexus. I love you. But yeah, so this is my reference sheet. So I drew this, and then these are the flower friends. It says baking flour here, but actually it's all-purpose flour. I didn't realize that baking flour was different from all-purpose flour. It's such a funny mistake for a baker to make, I know. But wait, hold on. Let me also change cursors right now. Let me also change cursors because I have a Mintmai cursor, so I might as well do that. It's free, by the way. You can get it on my Ko-fi. I just gifted it to everyone because why not? Let me find it though. Okay. Isho. Where is my mouse cursor? I have to make my cursor really big for it to like show up properly. I got it though. Here we go. Install. Hold on. Just kidding. This might be harder than I thought because I updated to Windows 11. So it's different now. I sadly, tragically had to update to Windows 11, and so now changing your cursor is different. But it is really cool to meet you guys. Thank you for wanting to say hi to me. But yeah, this is my website. There's my reference sheet. And then I have 6 different outfits. Although I understand how confusing that can be, so I have been trying, especially during VCraft, I've been trying to stick to just a couple. Not the Windows 11 update. I know, it's so tragic. It's so sad. Man. Okay. Can you see my cursor now? It's cute, right? It's cute. Wait, I think I need to make it one size bigger. This is my cursor. 6? Yes, 6. And I'm sorry, there's like just the slightest bit of, you know, I'll be reading them maybe perhaps a slight bit late. But yeah, this is my this is my cursor. And it is very free. It is very, very free. Because, yes, we love free stuff, guys. We love free stuff. There's also free wallpapers on my Ko-fi. You don't have to tip me or anything. I obviously super appreciate it if anyone wants to. But, yeah. I will graciously be linking those to you guys here. So if you haven't grabbed the phone wallpapers that I've commissioned and the cursor, those are for everybody. Ba-bum-bum. Alrighty. I think I'm almost done swapping it in. This is so embarrassing to do on stream, but then you get to see my cute cursor in use. I really like the diagonals too because they're flower friends. Okay, let's see. Alex, thank you for the tip.
Free tips, yippee.
Free tips, yippee. Thank you for the bagel funds. Giants, then welcome to membership. Thank you. Thank you guys. What? Why? I also have a marshmallow. I do. I was really curious how this works, but you can actually start a Q&A like in chat. So I was gonna maybe try that today, but honestly, if you already have questions in your mind, you can stick them in the marshmallow, and I'll try to read a lot of them. But I do apologize if I don't get to responding to all of them. But yes. Okay. I think this is good enough for now. Here's my little Mintmai mouse. You can like highlight stuff. Yay! But yeah, my fan name, you guys are flower friends. You don't always have to capitalize it, but it is flower like, you know, the food. Not flower as in flower. Floral flower. And my Oshi mark is a pretzel. My rules with outfit is there must be a flower friend accessory somewhere on there, and there must be a pretzel somewhere on there. Even if it's a toggle and something you don't see all the time. What is with all of these people? Hello, Paladin! You're no longer alone! It's because of the event I've been doing for the last 2 weeks. Many people are meeting me for the first time over on YouTube. For anyone without context, a lot of times Paladin Stem has been the only person in my YouTube chat. Because I stream in more than one place, right? So oftentimes I'm just seeing, it's just me and you! But I'm glad to see that you have company. It's very, very fun. Aliana, thank you so much for... Thank you so much for your membership. Welcome. Thank you for becoming a memban. And I also design a lot of my own outfits because, as you may learn today, I'm... If there's anything I love more than yapping, it might be fashion. It might be fashion. So here's my baker outfit. This is my uniform. And then this is when I change into my idol outfit. This one is designed by Baby Pippo. I'll shout them out as I go, any outfit that's not designed by me. So this one's by Baby Pippo. And it's basically like a fancy idol-y version of my original outfit anyways. So very special to me. So this one, the model is in 3D. This 2D one I drew though as a art style reference for 3D. And then, yeah, the credits are all along the top for all of this. And you can check out my website, my mintmai.carrd.co. But yeah, and then here's my casual outfit. It's what I'm wearing today because I feel like it's super comfy. It's one of my personal favorite outfits. I debuted it for my 1st anniversary, and this one I designed and drew myself. My maid outfit. Okaeri nasaimasen, goshijin-sama. Or as Sebastian V, the butler I really liked, would say, Yare yare, ojo-sama. I don't know, Mintmai butler outfit someday. I talked before a long time ago about how I like wearing suits, like pantsuits, because I think they make me feel very girl boss and very sexy. And I'm also very tall. Yes, for anyone just meeting me, I'm 5'7" or 170 centimeters. So I'm quite tall, and so if you would like me to kabedon you, I may indulge in that request, perhaps. Especially if you're a pretty woman, but you know, kabedoning, I don't discriminate. If you're a pretty anyone, which is probably all of you anyways. Who was actually Sebastian B? It was Brock Lee. Brock Lee was actually Sebastian B, so it's B because it's B for Brock. So, and the person behind Brock Lee is also absolutely adorable and lovely. And Lamp remembers our time in the cafe together. Sebastian B, our butler. That's our butler, guys. Anyways, here's my maid outfit with the little tray with the flower friend on it. And then this is my winter flower outfit. There's a big flower friend hood that I can wear so I can match you guys. So we can look alike. This one was a pain in the butt to draw. However, the designer is Baby Pippo, and I specifically love commissioning her for designs because she draws a lot more detailed outfits than I do. Because as you can see, I tend to, when it comes to fashion, I like really simple fashion. I like my character to be easy to draw. For me, and also for you, I suppose. By the way, thank you so much for all of the fan arts recently. I put together a slideshow of the VCraft ones, or the new ones, to have in rotation today, but I will eventually merge that one with my normal starting soon fan art slideshow. But yeah, this one was the hardest one to draw out of all of them. It was a pain in the butt. However, I don't regret it because it's wonderful. And this one is the only outfit so far that has my cat on a toggle. This looks like my IRL cat. I'm a cat mom of 3 cats. Yes, I've got 3 cats. And then here is something that I made a alternate version of my winter outfit to give it a little bit of like a cute twist, I suppose. And if I modify this outfit more, it can sort of be summery as well. And then I have my 2-year anniversary outfit where I wore my t-shirt, my own merch. I have 3 cats. And they're all super, super fluffy and cute. And they were because I had friends whose cats accidentally had cats and then they didn't have homes, and I became a cat mom on a whim. So I had one first, and then I adopted 2 more who are siblings. But yeah, I'm a cat person. I like dogs too, but I don't think I can live with the dog. You know what I mean? Like, I really like my cousin. Like, I like my cousin's dog, but I don't want to live with a dog because I think I personally struggle with, like, you know how dogs will lick you affectionately? I kind of struggle with feeling okay with that. But then if my cat licks me, I'm like, oh my gosh, you're so cute. I think it's just like they're not very slobbery, and then it's like a sensory-wise, it doesn't get to me the same way. And it's mostly because dogs are very, very high energy. But I'm already kind of... I'm a yapper, but my energy is actually pretty, like, medium-low. Whoa there, 3 cats? Whoa there, I'm the sheriff. Thanks for the water. I'm gonna sip. But yeah, I just like that cats are self-cleaning as well. But I also personally have a soft spot for just cats in general, like their whole everything. I like that they're independent. I like their cute little ears and how fluffy. I don't know. I love cats. I love cats so much. And they all have very different personalities. I would say that my cats are more like dogs than your average cat. Like, I can give them belly rubs. And I can, like, pet them a lot. And sometimes I'll pet them and then they'll get up and leave because they don't feel like it. But at least my girl cat, she screams at me to rub her and pet her and give her belly rubs until she, like, rolls around. And she also begs for, like, butt pats. Cats are so cute. They are. Also, thank you. I'm going to butcher your name. I'm gonna... Hold on. Oyoy de oyoin de buen a la onion. Onion. I'm gonna nickname you Onion from now on. Thank you for the membership. Did you raise them to like belly rubs? I think I did on accident because I had at least my younger two kitties. I had them since they were only like 2 months old. And so when they're baby, you can pretty much do anything and they'll be very accepting and malleable at that point. But because they were so tiny and cute, I would like, you know, rub their belly fluff and really enjoy that. So yeah. Here's Flower Friend reference sheet for any of you that need. The tail is fluffy. You guys are made of all-purpose flour. You actually, they formed from flour in breads that Mintmai failed to bake properly. So there you go. You're extracted from like burnt breads and stuff. Don't question it. It's like, it's magic, you know? And then here's Pretzel. So the Pretzels is my real cat, but the backstory is a little bit similar actually. A stray cat that appeared at Mintmai's bakery one day. And then the rest of it is, you know, the rest of it is history, but extremely skilled at baking and making pastries, quickly became the head patissier instead of patissier. You get it, right? The head patissier of the bakery. So lore-wise, Pretzel is actually the one baking everything because I, lore-wise, can't bake for squat. Easily bribed with chicken or fish-flavored treats. Yes. And I also headcanon that my cat, if he could eat it, the reason why Pretzel is the only one of my 3 cats to have a mascot is because he's my first cat. The other 2, they don't have official mascots because it's harder to keep drawing 3 different kinds of cats. I haven't made them official, if that makes sense, mascot-wise. But just know that I have them, and Pretzel can represent all of them for now. I headcanon that his favorite pastry is taiyaki, though, because it looks like fish. And then here's Mochi, who I told you about. But Mochi, I made a mascot design for. But when I refer to Mochi, that also is a real person. So he's a melon pan and then mochi filling that like spills out to make the arms and legs. And yeah, he's in charge of making sure the kitchen doesn't burn down. That's the fun lore, because we would always joke about it, especially early in my VTubing days. Yeah, it was a good time though. But everything here is very homemade from the ground up. But my card's got pretty much everything you need to see. I probably should update this tab. But this tab of artwork is art that I draw, and I'm super busy, so unfortunately, I think I like never have art commissions open, because I'm too busy grinding personal stuff. But once in a while I might. However, this is just, you know, this is what my art looks like. Thank you guys. That's enough yapping. Oh my gosh. That is enough non-VCraft related yapping. I hope I've gotten you up to speed to an extent on Mintmai. I guess, you know, whoever she is. I'm sure you will learn with time how I'm like. Thank you for liking my art style. If you like my art style, it makes me very happy. Because that's also technically my face. I am my art style. I'm my walking art style. So I'm grateful. Speaking of models and art styles, if Lamp is still here, just close your ears gently. I'm really glad that I met a lot of these people through Minecraft exclusively, because then I'm just looking at them and they're like their Minecraft pixel blocky skin, right? I go and watch Little Land's stream and I'm like, Landphilia, you're beautiful. I'm like, I don't know if I would be able to like talk to these people the same way because they're so like gorgeous. It's like distracting. I'm like, sweats a little bit. I don't know. So I'm glad I met everyone in Minecraft. Kisses. The whiplash of the model is so crazy. Like, whoa, you're beautiful, right? You see clips of them and they got their little Minecraft guy doing the squats, and then you see their model and you're like, oh, whoa, I don't know how to talk to you anymore. Funny enough, I feel the same way about Leo too, because okay, I took one look at Leo's model and then I was like, I understand why you like yaoi so much, because if I was a man that beautiful, I would also ship myself with other men. Thank you, Kuga Leo, for showing me the way of yaoi. I watched his VCraft VOD. He's probably streaming right now. He's jumping right into another RP event. We're honestly all worried for how many steps a day he's going to have, because what do you mean he only walked 2 steps? Facts! Dude, the thing is, when it comes to like my type in terms of 2D characters, it's just like Leo and Lan. If you get a good look at Leo and Lan's like models, you're so oomph coded. I am oomph. Taps fingers together, please. But I mean, I just like, when it comes to characters I like, I don't know if anyone has my type board ready to go. I might have to look it up. Long time ago, I did a co-working stream where we got too distracted and it stopped being a co-working stream, but I put together a board of 2D characters that are my visual type. If only I could find it. Let me find it. It's embarrassing to make the flower friends go and dig it up. I found it. I found it. It's really embarrassing, actually. Now that I'm looking at it, I'm like, oh no. Yeah, please just call me Oomph anyways. Okay, so this is a screenshot from that stream. Funny enough, the background is actually like the same. I'm gonna go ahead and crop this in. I have people to add to this. Let me cook, okay? Let me cook, Oomfies. Let me cook. I'm so glad that we can just get this out of the way before I talk about the rest of VCraft Enchanted. Hold on. But do you see what I mean? I'm really glad I met Lan and Leo before seeing their models, because I probably would have found it a little bit harder to talk to them. Hawk from Yona the Dawn? Greenest flag that exists ever. Green Yuri? Yeah, Green Yuri is like some of my favorite. If you like Green Yuri, the same author, she's written some other really good Yuris, so you should give them a good look. The only important info for the new flower friends. My favorite manga, Tashiro-kun, why are you like this? I really like it! Except the problem is I like Mei from Tashiro-kun, why are you like this? I don't like his personality though, I just like his face. Please make a hard note of that. If you should know anything about me from this, I would like you to know, out of everyone on this board, the only person's personality I like is Hak and Mitsuki from Green Yuri, okay? Everyone else, actually Villain's Day Off I haven't read yet. I like him though because he's handsome and he has sharp teeth and the ears. Anyways, hold on, let me pull up the girl from Smoking Behind the Supermarket with you. She also goes on here. New edition. Probably the only age gap romance that I like right now, because I think that genre has a lot of things I don't like, but I do like her. There we go. Here we go. Wait, no, I'm forgetting someone else important. Marriage toxin. Get over here. Marriage X toxin, that man. I don't simp for a lot of 2D men. I actually simp for women more, but when I'm talking about like my type specifically, the man from Marriage Toxin is probably the closest thing to my ideal type. in a guy. I think the closest thing for a girl that's my ideal type is Mitsuki from Green Yuri, because Gap Moe. Gap Moe. Specifically the kind of Gap Moe where they look nerdy, but they're actually like really, really cool. I can't believe we're airing this all out right now, guys. I'm so happy. Wow. Okay, Oompies. Let's get this all out of the way. Yippee! Anyways, there he is. All right. I'm sorry for being shallow. You're so oomph coded based opinions. Thank you. Yeah, but here's my type board. Please take a long, good look at it. Purely visually, you can see that Mei from Tashiro-kun Why Are You Like This is on here 6 times because I put a collage of him on there. I specifically like the bottom row middle one the most. He's the closest to my visual type, but then Marriage Toxin, MC, and Hawk and Mitsuki are the closest to my personality favorite type. But then Kafka and the girl from Smoking Behind the Supermarket with You, they're just like beautiful. Staring hard. Lan, do you not fall into this category? I literally... Guys. Lan is gorgeous. Hold on, let me just show you what I mean. So look at my type board and then look at Lan's face. I would like to fall into your eyes instead. Okay. Ooh. Put her on the board. She is on the board now. She's on the board. They're the same picture. Let me put Leo on here too, because I think it's very unfair that he's handsome, because I feel like throughout all of VCraft, I was kind of gremlin coding him because of his personality, and he's like so excited about all the yaoi, and I'm like, yeah, teach me your Fujo ways, you know? But you like meganes? Yeah, I do. Come on, guys. I like dark eyes, megane, swirly eyes, all that good stuff, like, you know? It's my type. And I'm not biased towards black hair just because I have black hair IRL. It's just like, I just think it's so pretty. I just think it's so pretty. Anyways, so yeah. Do you see these bottom two? And how I got really flabbergasted, I guess, post VCraft, being like, okay, well, if I were you, I guess I would wake up every morning and the sun would be beaming down on my face and I would be the most confident person in the world. You should feel like that every single day of your life, Lamp, and I love you. I feel like you like Wonwoo from 17. I do. I do. I was into K-pop before I was into VTubers a little bit, but I actually, with K-pop, I stan girl groups more. IZ*ONE is my ultimate group, and in IZ*ONE, my favorites are Yujin and Yena. But then I do remember 17 though, because I like 17, and they're very funny. I think for me, my favorite thing about idols is when I see them on reality shows. If they're not funny on reality shows, I get less invested, right? And it's not, I'm not trying to be very critical or anything, but it's like my type. So I think it's the same for VTubers, right? You see someone and you find them entertaining, they're really fun to hang out with, and then it's like, IZ*ONE and 17, I'm tweaking, stop. Dude, I'll never stop mourning IZ*ONE, but I can dance Lavi and Rose. I did a Lavi and Rose cover before, like dance cover, for an event, IRL. Not as a VTuber. Maybe I could do it with 3D someday. Where am I in there? Sugi, you're in my heart. Wife is coming in and calling me out for not having her on my type board. I might be in trouble, guys. I might be in trouble. Why are my VTuber Oshis whiz ones? Let's go. I love them. La 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 love and Rose. This is my la 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 love and Rose. 나는 빛이 모르금. I forgot the lyrics. Sorry. Fiesta. Na na na. What about Le Seraphim? I like Le Seraphim too. I learned a Le Seraphim song because my sister brought me to one of those K-pop dance learning workshops. Because I was a dancer for 10 years too. I guess we're just doing a lot of Mintmai introduction. We're merging it with VCraft because everyone is so oomph coded. But I did learn the song that goes like dun 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 dun. It's really hard. That one's got me very, very sweaty. Duet with Sage Violet. When? I love Uki. I love Uki very much, and it's cool that we got to meet through VCraft. I've always thought Uki is just so beautiful, but I didn't know him very well. 10 years? I was a ballerina for 10 years. Like, as a student, like I was young, but still 10 years of ballet background. Yeah, and then I sort of started doing like K-pop cover dances just with friends for stuff. But that's all things of the past. But I'm so glad that you guys are having fun with it. I like New Jeans music a lot. I know that technically New Jeans as we know them is not around, but I like New Jeans music a lot. I think Ditto or Cool With You is my favorite. If it's cool with you. Da-na-na. You know me like no other. I also took a Korean class before, and I forgot most of it, but it helps me with pronunciation at least. I miss New Jeans so bad. Me too. I know there's like NJZ or they're still, you know, together in a sense, but I definitely miss what they were. But obviously, you know, please know XG. Of course I know XG. Oh my gosh. Left, right, hit it on the floor. I wanna see a left, right. Dude, we can talk about K-pop anytime. I probably don't talk about K-pop enough on stream, to be honest. I got what you want, I got what you need. Mogging like we don't follow anything. Oh, left, right, get it on the floor. I wanna see you left, right, get in my zone. Oh my gosh. Boy, just follow my flow, don't matter where we go. The only direction I know. Want your body swerving left, right, left, right. That's like my personal favorite XG song. But yeah, I like listening to their music. I think Mint showing her type again. The oomfies want to know. Just like my paradise burning on the ground. I'd confess I'd probably bring it up just to hear you sing more. Honestly, yeah, let's do that. I don't do a lot of dedicated karaoke streams because whenever I do a dedicated karaoke stream, I feel pressured to sing songs I've like never sung on stream before, and then they end up sounding really scuffed, and then I get embarrassed. So please don't watch my karaoke archives. I'll do a karaoke stream tomorrow that might be a little bit starting off on the better foot. I mean, I leave all of my archives up anyways, but I'm embarrassed because sometimes my karaoke streams are super scuffed because I don't actually know the songs and I just go in blind and I sight read on the spot. I also, now that we're talking about music, I'll take away my type now, I'm sorry. I'll hide them. I'll hide them now. Goodbye, goodbye. You guys get the point. But let's go ahead and sing a tiny bit. I want to talk about VCraft though. I've been thinking about it so much. So much. Yeah, I'm crumpling up the paper and putting it into my pocket. Mintmai karaoke, life is so awesome. Dude. Let's think. Let's do Silver Lining. I think that one... Actually, let's do Silver Lining after I do a Mandarin song. How does that sound? I'll do a Mandarin song because I barely do Mandarin karaoke. So perhaps I will sing you guys Taeyang, which is one of my favorite songs. Maybe I will. Maybe I'll do this. I hope they let me keep the BGM. If I have to cut this from the VOD or anything though, I'm very sorry. I don't know if this is the right song. Actually, oh wait, no, I have a good song. I have a better song to sing right now. It's gonna hurt so bad. It's called Rainbow. I'm gonna lurk and do my chores. I hope, you know, good luck with your chores. You got this. We'll be here for you. How many languages can you speak? Fluently, just 2. English and Mandarin. Let's see. Should I just acapella it for safety? Sure, I'll acapella this one. And then we'll do Silver Lining with a little BGM. Okay. But yeah, this is Rainbow or Taihong, and I think it's a very pretty song. But it's actually a breakup song. But it's such a pretty song, so you know. Let's see. 哪里有彩虹告诉我，能不能把我的愿望还给我？为什么天这么安静？所有的云都跑到我这里。Oh, actually, can I pull up the lyrics maybe? The English lyrics? Okay. Oomph is breaking up with me. No, we just met. What? Not so soon, everyone. I'm a singer, but I don't know Mandarin. How do different tones work when singing? In Mandarin, you literally just ignore them. Because it's all Mandarin when sung, because the tones are very much like, the tones are very unique. So therefore, when you sing Mandarin, you literally just have to ignore them. And what you do is, it's context clues. That's why they're kind of hard to sing too, though, because sentences are all fully contextual. Here we go. Thank you, Sunny, for joining membership. I really appreciate it. Okay. Here we go. 哪里有彩虹告诉我，能不能把我的愿望还给我？为什么天这么安静？所有的云都跑到我这里。有没有口找一个给我？实话说了太多就成真不了。也许时间是一种解药，也是我现在正服下的毒药。看不见你的笑，我怎么睡得着？你的身影这么近，我却抱不到。没有地球，太阳还是会绕。没有理由，我也能自己走。你要离开，我知道很简单。你说依赖是我们的阻碍，就算放开，但能不能别没收我的爱，当作我最后才明白。有没有口找一个给我？实话说了太多就成真不了。也许时间是一种解药，也许是我现在正服下的毒药。看不见你的笑，我怎么睡得着？你的身影这么近，我却抱不到。没有地球，太阳还是会绕。没有理由，我也能自己走。你要离开，我知道很简单。你说依赖是我们的阻碍，就算放开，看能不能别没收我的爱，当作我最后才明白。 看不见你的笑，要我怎么睡得着？你的声音这么近，我却抱不到。没有地球，太阳还是围绕围绕。没有理由，我也能自己走掉。是会说了太多，就都成真不了。也许时间是一种解药，解药也是我现在正服下毒药。你要离开，我知道很简单。你说依赖是我们的阻碍，就算放开，但能不能别没收我的爱？当作我最后才明白。やったー! Wow, thank you guys for the acapella karaoke and for all of the pen lights in chat. I forgot to turn on my reverb, but I suppose that's okay. Who needs reverb? Who needs reverb, guys? It's okay. Thank you for the patchy patchy patchy. I love my wife. I miss my wife. I miss you too. I'm sorry, my schedule is all over the place. My schedule is all over the place, guys. I'll tell you right now while we're here, actually. Next week, I'm traveling for a family member's birthday, and so I'm gonna be streaming, you know, today, and I'll stream as much as I can through now and Saturday, but I'll have to be out for a week after that, and I come back on the 13th. Did you sing for an hour? No, I didn't. I actually ended up doing like crash course Mintmai recap. And then I pulled up my type board because it was relevant to the conversation, I swear. Man. I think another song that is very, very, I guess VCraft enchanted coded is Taeyang, but I can sing that at the end because today is actually the Mint Clips. The Mint Clips is a Mintmai bakery inside joke. It started on October 1st, 2 years ago. So ever since October 1st, 2023, every October 1st, I do a very, very silly thing called the Mint Clips, and it probably only takes a minute to do, but we're gonna do it at the end of stream. And as a heads up, I will be ending stream around 4 p.m. because I got a stream to catch after this one. I so direly need to hear Calix talking about Calvin lore. More than we already went into that. Because I think I still haven't gotten to watch a lot of other people's POVs, and so I think it's fair to not overlap because I want to watch it. Yeah. Mint Clips, that's such a cute name. Chat came up with it. Yeah. Understandable. You know, I see why you guys are saying I'm oomph coded. I really see it. The more things come out of my mouth, I'm like, yeah. I think it's a great thing though. I like it. I'm not gonna dampen my personality ever. What time is it for me right now? I am in Pacific time. And so it is 2 p.m. for me. So we have about 2 hours together still. You have to fall asleep. It's okay. If you VOD gang, I promise you, streamers are always so appreciative for everyone that VOD gangs. Granny needs to sleep to support grandson. You know, when I was sobbing at the campfire and giving my closing speech, in my opinion, you might notice, but like I wasn't able to keep the chat open. I was in full screen mode because I was afraid I was gonna cry more. Because people were saying really sweet things like in Minecraft chat. And so I knew that would make me just like cry more because I just feel things. A lot. So I hid it and I was like, I'll go and look at it later. But I did see a clip of Calvin, you know, still in character, right? At the campfire, but Calvin typing into chat like that's my grandma, and I was like, and then all of my lovely friends are in chat, and Val and Boog and Sir Eve and Lamp and blah, blah, blah. Actually, Lamp was logged off by the time I did my speech, but I did not forget to mention Lamp either. Honestly, I felt bad because I didn't really want to call out specific people, right, in a speech like that. However, I think it was appropriate for me because I specifically, I think Granny Minterva specifically had people that spoke to her and influenced her time in New Witchington. a significant amount to the point where I felt like it was appropriate to make sure to like just shout those people out in the speech, even if I appreciate everyone so much, right? But things like the Church of Chat really helped me settle into a new place. Boog and Sir Eve being the only people that I knew. I'll also pull up the fan art slideshow. Oop. Ignore what. Oh, I guess they're bringing it back. Okay. The slideshow is RNG, by the way. I hope it's okay that I have untagged art in here. I don't know what the rules are with that. For me, if I find artwork of Mintmai or things Mintmai related, I want to save a copy for myself. But if any artist is ever uncomfortable with that, or like me having it on stream, please let me know, and I'll put it away immediately. But I know that for at least VTubers in companies, I think it's like I really like this one. Me scolding. But at least I know for VTubers in companies, I think let me do a little bit longer per slide so you guys can really look at them. I know for VTubers and companies, they're like not allowed to use, I think, untagged art in thumbnails and whatnot. I think that's some kind of policy, just to make sure that fans can also like post art and stuff that they don't want to be used for stuff like that. Yeah, but because my carpal tunnel was actually flaring up from how much Minecraft I was playing, I never gamed that long or streamed that long, but I did it for VCraft, especially the last few days. My left arm's carpal tunnel flared up because of how much I was holding W to move around. And so because of that, I haven't gotten to go back retroactively and like comment on a lot of art. I wanted to write a lot of comments, but every time I ended stream and like it was already really late, I ended up not being able to do that. But please know my heart is so soft and so warm. Yeah, your 13 hours is crazy, Grandma. I will say, if he happens to see this, I'm very extremely grateful for that last day, you know? I was expecting to just end off pretty soon after the campfire, but I find myself lingering around, right? And I'm really glad that a few people stayed online. And then eventually, me and Calyx had a really long, like, out of character talk, right? Like 2 hours or something. But I'm super grateful for that. I think we were both procrastinating, but I was super grateful for that because I was extremely curious, obviously, about the brain that went behind a story that I find as intriguing. And, you know, Mintmai, am very intrigued by Calvin as a character and story, but Granny has like a separate soft spot for him. But because he obviously, you know, impacted my time in VCraft a lot, as well as others. Also, I don't know if YouTube Automod is doing anything. If it is, I'm very sorry in advance. But yeah, honestly, it helped me a lot kind of get out of character. It helped me get out of character and just be silly for a little bit because I think I cried about it like later, like long after I ended stream and like took a nap, but I was kind of mourning the loss of the daily routine of New Witchington, if you know what I mean. Because I truly believe, and I wrote a very long sappy tweet about it, but I believe that New Witchington still exists even now, right? And that the characters that we've breathed into life, they're still living their lives, you know? But it was super nice to like just talk out of character. Look at this cute fan art. I want to put it over here. I want to pick spots. Yay. But it was really nice because, well, first of all, yeah, Calyx is very different from Calvin. And I think that is great. And Malum is a little bit different from what he calls V Malum. He did name them the same thing. But I think they're similar, but still a bit different. Can I just say, I did watch a lot of clips and stuff afterwards. When I found out the whole Malum gave Calyx a ring, or like Malum gives Calvin a ring, but then later, whatnot, like Calvin gives the ring back, like after they decide to be on different sides, where Malum sides with the village and Calvin is like, I'm with Vitruvius the second. It was Malum's idea for Calvin to return the gifted ring. Evil. That's so evil. Boo, boo, tomato, tomato. But also, like, that's so juicy. That's so good. That's so awesome. And I'm so glad that you did that because, like, honestly, that was so awesome for the plot, but also evil, 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 evil. You know, almost everything is unscripted, though. Almost everything, except for very specific small things. Like, at least for me, the only thing that felt not scripted, but like it was roughly planned, right? Was the Church of Chat final arc. Because Frey did reach out to us and go like, can we just meet on this time on this day? And we're gonna... And just know that Shu has the death note. And then act from there, right? And so that was all acting and like improv, but we just at least had a vague idea of like, you know, we have to meet today at this time probably. Both Calyx and Mellum are very big angst people. Am I an angst person? I don't know. I don't know, you're gonna have to find out. If I think about it, my VTuber is very comfy cozy, but oh my gosh, I love angst. I love angst. Yeah. I like deep angst and like maybe a little bit of comfort, but also the comfort has to be in character and work for the plot. If the comfort is not in character and does not work for the plot, then I don't want it. So if you're looking under the tags, and if you're looking under the AO3 tags, I do like angst with comfort, but it needs to... The comfort has to make sense. Not the evil. What do you mean? What do you mean? Also, chat supposed to not be on screen. I purposely don't have it on screen today, Kyle, because we have a lot of people in both places today, and it's against TOS to have both on screen, but I didn't want to just have one today. Did you see AO3 or VCraft? I have not. Maybe I will look later, but we saw Granny's letter to Calvin. Okay, so anyone that was sitting with me during my POV that day, I cried a lot. I cried especially a lot because Calvin snuck into the farmer's market, right? Calvin's character, who I'd obviously gotten very attached to, Granny has a very soft spot for. I just... I cried a lot because Calvin specifically saying that he wouldn't miss my farmer's market for the world. Oh my gosh, he said that when we said our final goodbyes too. Oh my gosh, no. This is try not to cry challenge. But it was... The farmer's market became such a bigger deal to me than I could have ever anticipated because I'm not the type of person to like do something or like arrange something big like that within a server. And keep in mind, we have like 60 something people in this server and maybe 40 of us are very active. And I knew 2 of them, like at all. 2 of them. And he always would say that he wouldn't miss the farmer's market for the world, and then he gave me the world tarot card, which like symbolizes like the end of a journey and closure, and I'm like, what if I just... What if I just crash out right now? What if I crashed out right now? You know? And I didn't even know he was a homunculus, because I think I just didn't unlock that cutscene. where he reveals it. I thought it was really cute and funny that Boog, or Maya, who I love very much, Boog Maya is my Oshi and my wonderful friend. And I'm very grateful to her because she's a huge reason why, you know, if not the reason why I was able to be here. But Boog was talking about how Calvin was a character that Boog was really curious about, but then Calvin does not open up unless you visual novel put the correct stuff into. Wait, the fact that he said he wasn't fond of that tarot card, but you gave it purpose? Wait, what? I'm sorry, he said what? Is he not fond of the tarot card The World, like, in general, or just, like, as Calvin? Because it's fair enough that, you know, that maybe you have tarot cards that you don't align with as much. His requirements are pretty specific. Listen, guys, we're gonna learn more about that in, you know, in an hour and a half, I suppose. Oh, he wasn't ready to have it because it's the end of a journey. Oh, that makes sense. Calvin would be like, no, not now. Mother, I must find you first before I can embrace this card. That would be, you know. Oh, out of character, he didn't like the stats it gave him. But yes, as Calvin, it makes sense that he would be like, this isn't the end of my journey. I have to find Madeline. I have to find Madeline, you know? What's my favorite arcana? Well, I guess now it's the world. I didn't pick favorites before. I didn't pick favorites. You know? I just find them meaningful because actually Boog is the reason why I like tarot. Boog and Sir Eve, the only two people I knew coming into New Witchington. The only two people I knew, they both do tarot card reading streams occasionally. And because, you know what, I'm just gonna give you the whole lore drop. 2 years, about 3 years ago from now, a little bit less than 3 years ago, I started streaming. I did not really watch a lot of VTubers and streamers before I started streaming. Obviously, I would see like clips of Iron Mouse circulating and like really big names, right? And like, you know, Niji, Sanji VTubers, HoloLive VTubers. I would see them and find them fun, entertaining, but I didn't really watch them a lot and I was just working and doing my own thing. I started streaming with the character PNG on a whim. And so I didn't actually watch anyone's live streams. The first people who I got really into actually participating in their community, chatting, and hanging out there was when I was a baby streamer and I had like 2 viewers at any given point in time, and I was happy with that though because I just wanted to play my little Omori game. I wanted to play Omori for the first time and yap over it. So that I wouldn't be alone because I can't handle horror games at all, and there's some parts of Omori that I found really scary at the time because I have 0 horror tolerance. And I would get jump scared, but having chat there or just like thinking to myself that I was like, you know, being like I was recording a let's play helped me get through it, the scary parts at least and the sad parts, and that's when I realized I do really like, you know, doing playthrough content. But of course now I really love, you know, my art streams and my zatsudans. I'm kind of biased. I just love yapping. But yes, the first people's streams I watched and they became my oshis, and I understood the meaning of the word oshi through Maya, Ichika Maya, who was Boog, and Elvira, who was Sir Eve. And so the fact that those 2 people were with me in VCraft Enchanted, and I honestly feel like we could have spent more time together in VCraft Enchanted if I didn't have a very strict sleep schedule. I only sacrificed my sleep schedule like the last 3 days. Because I was like, I want to stay till the end, at least a few times, you know? But yes, so years ago, those 2 people, you know, they became my favorite VTubers. And we also, you know, became friends. And I love them very, very much. But the fact that they both read tarot and got me into tarot, and then they're also with me like in this experience, and then my experience here as Granny Minturva ends with the World Tarot card, which symbolizes the fulfillment and the sort of the completion or like the end of an era. It's just so wow. Any horror games planned on stream? No, not today, but I think I will try to play at least. I want to play No I'm Not Human so bad, guys. It seems cinema. I'm gonna be so scared, but it seems very cinema. It's like creepy and awesome. And it's been around for years prior to its full release now, right? Successful fan. I wouldn't even say that that's, I don't know. I guess I personally don't like thinking that that's the quote-unquote successful fan route. I don't ever expect anyone to talk to me in return or whatnot, but regardless of whether or not we became friends, whether or not we would have become friends, right? Like me being a content creator is completely separate from me wanting to support my Oshis. So, but now, like, of course, it means the world to me that I have friends that are so wonderful that I know through and through, behind the scenes and on stream, are just like fantastic people. And that's a fantastic feeling, you know? You can take pride in knowing that your Oshi like has values that you really respect and can agree with to an extent, you know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, yes, we're all silly and we're being content creators, but when you really resonate like from your heart with some of the things that someone says, you really feel that, you know? And that makes all of the really silly and fun and lighthearted stuff all the better, because you know there's this this wonderful person behind it all. And that is beautiful, very, very beautiful. And I think I've met so many people that I probably would have never meeting or gotten to speak to outside of VCraft, and so it means a lot to me. And I think I did watch a clip of Vox talking about this, and it also touched my heart a lot, and it made me feel many things, because Vox on his stream kind of closing up the, I mean, not closing the chapter, but you know, just we also all want some closure, you know? It's not just the fans of VCraft Enchanted that want to keep savoring this moment. Trust me, everyone that streamed it is feeling a great hole. Like, all of us are feeling a little bit of a void there because we were doing this for so long and it became a real community. And like the mayor said, community is the only thing that is free. It's born from the people and the love that you cannot buy with money or status or power. And so it's just like so, like his words are like so, they weigh in my heart very, very, it's so special to me. But anyhow, I did retweet that if you didn't see it. It's somewhere in the sea of my retweets on my feed. But it was a big part of our lives, and coming into this, I thought that it was gonna be something that I could do part-time, you know what I mean? I was like, yeah, I can focus on my work and my deadlines, and I'll do a couple of Zatsu or art streams between it, but like I'll do mostly VCraft. It just became all VCraft. And towards the end, it was like mega VCraft streams, like endurance streams. Because I had been talking to my chat for weeks and weeks about how, in order to lock in on projects and things, that I was gonna try and focus on making sure that my streams were like 3 hours long and not dragging out to like 4 or 5 hours. And of course I like spending more time with everyone, but I need the time outside of stream to cook some special stuff for you guys anyways. So many people have been retweeting that edit of Mayor Relexis. The thing is, it's just so beautiful and so profound, and I think that it's just something that we can really take away. And out of character, Ruse said something that I found very important on his stream, out of character, about how he just like that sense of camaraderie amongst content creators and VTubers and fans is something that's really, really beautiful and should be cherished. Because at the end of the day, it's not about my guy versus your guy, you know? It's instead of focusing on separating and dividing the people that are in this industry called VTubing, like, yes, sure, everyone can have different approaches to their content or different niches, but instead of sort of slicing it up like VTubing is a pizza and you keep the slices all separate, you know, it is a whole. It is a whole, and it can be that, and I think that I have a lot of hope. And I felt the same way because, you know, kind of going back to the clip of Vox I saw earlier this morning that I strongly agree with, which he was talking about how freeing it felt for him to be able to have deeply emotional conversations with the character Nabubu, but also by extension, a VTuber that's a woman on stream as a VTuber that is a man, because that should have never mattered. You know what I mean? There should not be, like, people should not feel weird about this or feel like scared of upsetting people just because we are entertainers in the same sphere. It's like, it's not it's not like that, you know what I mean? I don't want it to be like that for me either. I simply really deeply treasure very precious and deep levels of platonic relationships, and I've talked on this before about some of my IRL friends that have become my found family as well. I love my biological family and I love my family that is friends, because obviously we talk about different things with each other. But Vox was talking about how freeing it felt and how it felt like he could have these very, like, it was refreshing. It was refreshing because for me as well, prior to this event, you can look at my streams too. I have plenty of guy friends and girlfriends that I just hang out with, and I'll talk about them very neutrally on stream. But for me, it was the first time talking to men that were content creators in VTuber context at all. Like, basically, first time talking to male VTubers, period, right? And I had briefly had some interactions with some in the past, just like oomfs, or like you see clips of them or whatnot, but like there's sort of like a weird glass wall, and I don't want to be putting up that wall, you know what I mean? I never wanted that to be there necessarily, but to an extent it sort of feels a little bit like there is some separation there. And maybe that's because I was taking a bit too many pages out of the books. I don't know how to explain my feelings. It was like, I did say this, I think, one of the VCraft days. Up until this point, most VTubers that I've watched have been women, also just because ever since I made some friends, I'm mostly watching and supporting my friends because I get very busy outside of my own activities. But the main reason is being actually that I found VTubing to be such a safe haven for women in gaming. Does that make sense? Because if you see the content creators that are making gaming content and gaming commentary, and if you just look at streamers as a whole, right? Who is making the charts? Who is very obviously right? Who is very obviously the main presence in this whole industry? Not even just on the content creator side, I know for a fact, like on the art side as well, like game devs, it's very male dominated. And that's just how it is right now, right? But as a woman myself, I felt that VTubing was so refreshing to me because it was like, wow, like there are these, you know, there are women that feel safe in being able to remain anonymous, having a character. They don't have to worry about people picking apart their looks, because of course it happens to men on camera as well. But I think whenever women pull out a webcam, it's just the internet. It's unfortunate and it's not fair, but even if it isn't fair, it happens, right? And so it sucks that that's something to be even conscious of, right? However, I'm just real talk with everyone. It's unfortunate that that was something that would perhaps deter women from streaming at all with a webcam. So having a VTuber means you can be expressive, you can show your sense of fashion, your style. You can also literally be a cat, dragon, whatever the heck you want, right? And so, of course, I really loved it for the creative boundaries, but I have no idea if I would have started streaming at all if I wasn't able to feel very comfortable streaming from my jammies. Because I'm, you know, I'm confident, right? In my own skin and all of that. But it's like the standards that people are held to on camera is a different beast. And I think that you guys probably understand that for sure. But yeah, VTubing was a safe haven for me in that sense. And so I was like, I want to support these girlies that are doing what they want. They're in gaming, they're funny, they're able to, you know, they're able to just like be unhinged without hearing that thing a lot of women hear a lot, which is like, you're too much, which is really unfortunate. But I think growing up, like, I just hear that said to women a lot, where it's like, if you are loud, if you are chaotic in sense, then it's too much. It's not feminine. It's not And it's like, you shouldn't even have to worry about being feminine if you're a woman. You can be whatever you want and be a woman. Right? So, but it's the upbringing. It's something that you can't really just erase overnight. And so you sort of, the fact that VTubing looked like this very bright light to me and like, oh, these are content creators that are gamers and it's predominantly women. But I had been in this space for now almost 3 years, and VCraft Enchanted is my first very direct exposure to VTubers that are men. And I'm like, oh my gosh, yes, I want to support you. I want to watch your stuff. And I think that it's amazing that we can just not have any awkwardness or glass walls because we just all very much care about each other platonically. And we respect each other as fellow creators. And I just want to, I feel like the changes are made like brick by brick, right? It's not one person that just does it overnight, but usually the first people that start to place those first bricks to change things, they'll face a lot of adversity. And I think that VTubers, even with a much larger audience, they have a lot more stuff to worry about, right? But if I can do my part by just existing and saying, this is normal, guys. This is very, very normal, and everyone can make their own choices, but do not be afraid to talk to people. Do not deter yourself from a whole nother half of this world. You know, like, same thing for like viewers, right? Like, sure, you can have a preference for what niche of content creator you like, but I think, you know, just be really nice to people. I think that there's a lot that we can all learn from everything, and if you're just kind, that will do so much for you. And I think that you guys are like that already. Flower friends have already been very very mature and understanding of all of my takes, I suppose. But I'm really happy to have made friends that are men in the VTubing space as well, not just outside of the VTubing space, because it's cool. It's cool to learn about content creation from their perspective, and just like, they're just people. Gender never mattered to me anyway. The cold never bothered me anyway. But yes, that is my little sob story, and you know, things that I wanted to say in pertaining specifically to that clip that I had seen, and also what Ruse was talking about, the whole my guy, your guy, indie corpo, this group, that group, doing it by yourself or with staff. It's just like, oh, okay, well, what if we all just want to stream, and what if we all just want to make good memories and make good memories with our fans and make them smile and happy. But yes, the separation, I do understand that. Yeah, the separation in part could be coming from J-idol culture and just like idol culture in general. I think most idol culture branches out from J-idol culture, like K-pop branched out from J-idol culture if you look into the history. But it is pretty divided. Like, if you were ever into K-pop enough, I personally find it really sad that we don't have enough co-ed K-pop groups, because like, when you can sing with people with very different vocal tones, doesn't that change everything? But yeah, everyone that is here in VTubing, like, no one comes in with success overnight. Not a single person that is a content creator has found success overnight. You can go viral overnight on a whim, but that does not mean that you have built your career overnight. And a lot of the times, people that you see and you're like, wow, they're like taking off, right? They've had experience. They've had experience in some form of creation, content creation, media, social media, whatnot. Because this space is not one where you just come in and you're like, this is gonna happen to me. Like, I'm gonna debut and I'm gonna make it. And I can speak to that a lot from experience. And I think that honestly, the ability to grow organically and do things with your own merit, and then, you know, feel proud of that, is beautiful. And everyone has done things of their own merit. Everyone that's in a company and debuts too, like, sure, you're being shown to a large fan base, but you've worked there. You have grinded your butt off to get where you are today. And once you're there, you're gonna have to grind your butt off more. So I have nothing but absolute, like, I'm just saluting you, you know? And if you have a question, do feel free to just go ahead and ask in chat. Yeah, the work does not stop. The thing is, in content creation, nothing is set in stone for you, ever. No one has the project laid out. No one is caring more about your stuff than you are, you know? And I'm so passionate about VTubing specifically within content creation that I just care so much about this, and I want to talk so much about this. Because I've seen a lot, and I've done a lot in the last, 3 years. I care. I care that people obviously have whatever level of commitment they want to. There's so many VTubers, you work outside of streaming, you go to school outside of streaming, or if it's your full-time thing, it's like everyone has their own grind, their own hill to climb. But the important thing is the sense of camaraderie that I've gotten walking out of VCraft Enchanted is so special. And when we say found family, like, you might be thinking about Granny Minterva and like the Church of Chat and Granny Minterva and the Seaside Neighbors, because they are very, very much found family for Minterva. For me as Mintmai, I feel like I found family in more people than the characters that I was able to interact with in VCraft alone. You know what I mean? Because we still keep the mind cord active. Even if it's just a little bit, even if everyone's very busy, like, the mind cord has been chatting. The mind cord still has stuff in it. Like, we share your clips and your fan art, and we'll tag each other on Discord to be like, hey, have you seen this art of us? And it's like, not everyone has the same amount of time to look through those channels. But the fact that it is there, and that the server closed, and we're all still wanting to be there very much. And of course, scheduling stuff is really hard, but everyone has this, everyone I've met definitely has the desire, the open desire, and have made it known that they want to keep in touch with everyone else. And I find that to be so special and so rare. And the fact that this is existing in a space where we're all content creators, it's just kind of it's restoring my faith in humanity, okay? It's restoring my faith in humanity. Not to say that, it's scary or whatnot, but you hear whispers and whatnot about, like, sometimes things can be a little bit scary behind the scenes, or, you just take the Mean Girls movie and you apply that to a sphere like entertainment. Not even VTubing specifically, entertainment. As a whole. You can apply that to a lot of parts of entertainment as a whole. And so it's certainly, it certainly can be scary meeting a lot of new people. But knowing from my heart that everyone that I met has just been absolutely lovely, and it's just like it's not even about content creating anymore, honestly. While VCraft Enchanted obviously has a mountain full of amazing content for everyone to enjoy, it's not even about the content creating. It is about having fun together and being able to share that fun with more of you. So isn't that so awesome? Oh, my heart is so full. My heart is so full. But yeah, thanks for listening to me on my little soapbox. I think the kindness that I've been extended is just makes me feel so many things, and New Witchington will always be very special to me. There was a whispers of a 14th day, and I don't know if you guys have heard the whispers of the 14th day, but it was real. Very few people were online at once, but it was the quote-unquote secret 14th day, which was just like, hey, the server is just open in case anyone needs to, like, clean up anything. Like, go ahead and, like, clean your inventory if you want to, because we're saving the world seed as a copy. So if there's anything that you wanted to do, it was just open for one day for people to hop on, maybe, like, not to quote-unquote clean up necessarily, but I actually specifically requested it. Thank you, Luca, very much. But you know how in the art gallery 3 paintings went missing on accident? I was like, if it would be so possible for us to open the server a little bit so that we can fix things that we definitely want back. And so Luke was like, yeah, the server is reopened for just a day. And if you want to, you know, zoom over. So no one streamed it. And a lot of people were just muted and fixing up things or like leaving something in their house, like an Easter egg. I hid stuff. I'll just put that out there right now. I hid something, and whenever they release it to the fans, which they plan to, I've heard it before, they plan to release a map that the fans can have. Like you can load it into Minecraft, like modded Minecraft individually. Yeah, I'm gonna give you guys like a week or two to find them. And then if no one finds them, then I'll post where I hid them. Yeah, don't try too hard though. You might... I sent something to Malum specifically, I think, because I was lurking in Malum's stream and I brought it up. And he was like, wait, I want to see it. And so I DM'd it to Malum and then he said, I'll never find that. Sorry, I might be a little bit evil. I might be a little bit evil. Anyways. Teehee. But yes, they're gonna release it to the fans, so it's almost gonna be like a museum. But for that reason, I was very... Granny and I both are very attached to Lamp's museum. And it did make me genuinely sad that 3 paintings went we don't know where, right? So poor Lan, I was like, Lan, I don't want to say that you have to do this or anything, but I can help you if you want, but I feel like it's wrong if I try and paint them, so just letting you know the server's open. If you want to just, you know, speed sort of replace those paintings with something that looks similar to what they were. And she did, and I was like, oh my gosh. Sorry, I burped. Excuse me, that was that surprised me. When I yap too much and I forget to breathe in between, I start swallowing air and then I burp on stream a lot. What is it though as a clue? Well, it's just something Granny would leave. Oh, I will say, if you visit Granny Minterva's home, her home, if you saw, it's like kind of tucked away, but it's near Calvin's Tower and it's near the Seaside Cafe and it is near the circus as well, but it's tucked away because it's very hobbit hole. But I put a lot of lights and like glowberries and there's the wisdom tree outside, so it shouldn't be difficult to find. But you know, there's a lot of people that didn't see my house until the very end and they're like, wow, someone lives here? And I was like, I put so much lights here. I put so many flowers that don't like grow here on my hobbit hole. So those paintings were only made once and not replicated. I think everything in the gallery does not have a copy. I don't think so. Like Lan was very much painting them just because. I ended up making a copy of the paintings that Granny made for Calvin and Malum. And I put them outside of my house so that people would finally realize that someone lives there and they would know that it was me. But I have my fig orchard. You guys can pick the figs there. But I left something in my house for you guys. Yeah, so once they release that, go to my home, if you would so please. And you can look at my chest of important things. It has the stuff from Calvin and Malum in there. Yeah. I'm definitely gonna miss them a lot. Like, you know, like in universe, the characters running around New Witchington and like being able to run into people is something to be greatly missed. And I think that that's what a lot of us have been grieving, because it's just not really it's not the exact same as watching everyone's streams. It's just not the same as existing in the town together. And I think, you know, and that's okay. I think I can accept that, but it's one of those things where it will take me a little bit of time to allow myself to move on. I'm still there. Mentally, guys, I'm still there. It's so cute that each of you have a chest of gifted treasures. I had no idea that Malum also had his, and he like sorted it a specific way. And Calvin also has one that is sorted a specific way. I remembered Leo's painting went missing, but Ami said it was immortalized in the photo he took. Oh, that's true. Excited to be able to explore the faces of other people. Yeah, visit the farmer's market. I love it. I love it because it was some place that was put together with a lot of care from people I care about too. Yeah. Now that I'm talking about the farmer's market, I remember what I was gonna say that I didn't finish talking about. I cried so much when Calvin came to the farmer's market and said he wouldn't miss it for the world because one, I mean, I think I knew even in character in VCraft, even though I hadn't seen any spoilers, I was like, Calvin is busy. Calvin is on his own quest mission RP maxing. Because I knew it because I didn't see him in town a lot. So I was like, he's RP maxing somewhere. He's busy. Right? But the farmer's market was something that I brought up on a whim in Mindcord, and there are other people that were very sweet and supportive of the idea. And then people wanted booths, and then I was like, oh my gosh, like I don't even build stuff in Minecraft. And so the fact that so many people came and wanted to enjoy it, and I got to reveal like the wall of jam, it was like it was like, I don't know. I never want to make myself like a main, like center of attention. I think I have a hard time with that. Outside of, you know, say my own streams, but in general, growing up, I had a difficult time making myself the center of attention without, for whatever reason, feeling really bad and feeling very scared. That's why when I say I was a theater kid, I was a theater tech kid. Because I wanted to hide backstage but still enjoy all of the musicals and the acting vicariously through someone else. I never had the guts to audition. But yeah, I've grown a lot since that time. But him sneaking into the photo and you automatically go, I have to find him, when you notice tugged at my heartstrings. No, it's like the fact that he was hiding back there, and like I did look around for Calvin, because I think at that point, you know, and I think I put a lot of myself into Granny, and I think a lot of it was method acting. And if you don't know what method acting is, it's like you act with your real emotions, which sounds like a given, but it is kind of a difficult. You're a techie, yes. Yeah. But method acting is a range of techniques where an actor delves into like their personal psyche and their personal memories and experiences to be able to bring more authenticity to the character. And so there is a lot of Granny that is me, and there's a lot of me that has Granny, and like it's just very ouch, 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 you know? So that's why all the emotional damage, like everything that happened, like I cried because Granny would cry like that too. And I would cry like that too. And so having a character like that instead of a character that, I guess, if I had a character that wasn't a crybaby, I'd have a really hard time. But yeah, oh, I don't know if I've seen that clip yet. He did overhear you talking to the village about him. I didn't know that he was avoiding the village then. I didn't know that he was working with Vitruvius until his campfire talk, I don't think. It came to me as a surprise. It came to me as a surprise because I had been avoiding so much to keep myself in the zone, because I didn't want to do anything that was influenced by someone else's POV, because Granny Minterva does not know, and I didn't want to even unintentionally do that. For the same reason, I did not want to push any sort of narratives with people that I did know. Like, I was just kind of like, I'm not gonna force any kind of story or narrative here. I'm just gonna be Granny. But it's like, Calvin didn't tell me. And you know who else didn't tell me? Shu didn't tell me. Shu told me that Leo was working with Vitruvius. He was like, we have confirmation that L2 and possibly some others are working with Vitruvius, but I believe he withheld that information from me because Shu knows that Granny cares about Calvin. Something along those lines. I'm so happy you decided to be a Granny-like character. It brought me so much joy. It brought me a lot of joy too. I feel like it's almost a cop-out for me because I do think a lot of my tendencies, such as Werther's Originals stashed in my fanny pack, is very Granny-like anyways. I kept saying, I'm gonna cry so hard when Granny knows about Calvin being a villain now. I feel like even Granny finding out that he'd worked with Vitruvius, like on the very, very last, you know, at the end, I think she was just like, well, you're looking for your mom, aren't you? And you said that it required a great deal of power, and so if you learn a great deal of power from Vitruvius, there we go. Did V Malum say before the memory loss? I didn't get to meet V Malum before the memory loss, but I do know that they had their moment. Granny would understand. Granny has so much love to give. I don't even know if it's that Granny would understand. I think that Granny, much like any other human character, is flawed. Granny has inherent flaws where, because Calvin has a very specific interaction with her, or like a very specific influence on Granny, she would therefore be a little bit more lax on him than she should be. You know what I mean? Like, me knowing that Calvin is evil now, it's like, okay, I can sort of see that morally gray ground and come to my own sort of like thoughts about it. And again, Calvin's a very interesting character to me, but for Granny, it's like she would almost sort of be too soft on him specifically. Like, even if people in the village started talking badly about him or something, which they didn't, even though I know Calyx wanted that to happen, she would be a little bit too tender. Yes, and that's not what Calvin needs to find his mother necessarily, but maybe it is just, you know, a form of comfort. But I think she would be almost like a little bit in denial, but also a little bit like, oh, but like, it's just to find your mother, so it's not like you were threatening the village necessarily. It's just like you needed to learn great power from him because your mom is super hard to find. Again, I'm saying it in maybe not the most romantic, flowery of ways, but I do think Grandma would have a soft spot for someone like Calvin that is like, I mean, she has a soft spot for Malum too, for the same reason. For the same exact reason, because he didn't advertise his seaside cafe very much. She was like, who is this shy and sweet boy who put a lot of effort into this gorgeous cafe and he's not even sending it in the Minecraft chat? You know what I mean? And he said, I mean, Malum himself, OOC, was like, you kind of clocked me. And I was like, yeah, I did. But Granny, like, that's the thing. Granny has a soft spot for people that are a little bit of an outlier in the main village society. And that's why Granny ended up spending a little bit less time in the Church of Chat than, you know, like, obviously I love my friends in the Church of Chat, but I think I ended up spending a little bit less time with them once I was doing my own things, like the farmer's market. I wasn't helping to build the church or like interacting with Ferret as much. Also because in canon, Granny is still mourning Father Freyd's death. It was pretty hard to lose Father Freyd for her. But she definitely has a soft spot for those gentle, quieter, like kid in the back corner of the classroom that doesn't want to ask for attention kind of archetype. Calvin breaking down in tears on his knees in front of Minerva, begging for her to be angry and scold him because he's a bad person. What are you cooking, bro? Keep cooking. I'm just kidding. No. Biases like that seem to pervade the story, even for the viewer. Which POV you watched affected the story a lot. That's true. I do want to take a moment to remind everyone that we were all adults having a lot of fun playing pretend with our clay dolls that we'd made. Our little Minecraft guys. So everything between us is good, and people... Like, I feel really bad for people that played the villains, I guess. Because I think it's hard for some people who are not used to RP, who are not used to separating the VTuber from the character they're RPing. Sometimes it can be difficult. And I do feel bad because sometimes people that play villains, and this is just something I've seen in general, like in the past, right? Not specific to VCraft. I actually haven't seen very much argument myself. If anyone else has been seeing it, I am sorry. If anyone's actually arguing, maybe do not interact if they're being mean to each other. I highly encourage in-depth character discussions though, yes. Just don't go for each other's throats. I trust you all to be good to each other, you know what I mean? And be mature about it. But let's see. You helped him and us so much without realizing. It was the comfort we needed amidst the angst. Oh my gosh, what? I care about them so much. Biases. Oh, I did read that one. The way you pointed out his cafe on the last day. Oh, I was like so thoughtful. Oh. I mean, the cafe is something very special to Granny. I do want to know something. Was the immortal lore planned beforehand, or did you improv to hurt us more? I improv that a little. Yeah, so I improved the immortality thing. I think I had considered it actually originally when making her character as like a potion witch, but I really don't like immortal characters. I think this is a good time to talk about Granny and her immortality. I don't like immortal characters because they're really hard to write. I really don't like working with immortal characters. I just thought that it would make sense for her to request that of Calvin because of their bond, because Granny being so old already, right? If she's not immortal, or even if she's just a longer living species, right? I think I enjoyed her character and her personality and her perspective being more so like, I'm gonna live forever, but I want New Witchington to be my last community. Because she would isolate herself a lot, like almost as a foil, not to say like a foil to Calvin, because I didn't know too much about his isolation from his mom and things like that. But I do think that she would be someone that intentionally is a little bit distant from people, but has the soft spot for other people that are like quiet and separated. So she was nice to everyone in New Witchington, and she got really attached to everyone in New Witchington. But then she was like, oh shoot, if I live forever, then like, what if these memories get more faded with time? I don't want to overwrite these with something else. I'm not going to be able to re-enter another community and feel the same. Like, that's Granny Minterva. Like, she doesn't want to re-enter another community and have to keep feeling the pain of, you know, another place that she really loved that is supposedly gone. Like, she doesn't want to live long enough to see New Witchington become vacant and a ghost town and then become ruins, you know? So I think I didn't know his mom was an immortal witch. That's kind of cinema. I didn't know that. I didn't know that until he told me OOC at the end of everything. The RP was already done. I already wrote the lore. That's kind of cinema because I had no idea. And I do think, from what I've heard at least, Granny and Madeline are very vastly different people. Granny's approach to immortality is she made mistakes as a younger witch. She messed up. She messed up and immortality was a punishment. But I found out that Madeline, she made like a deal with the devil or something because she wanted it. Can I get a link to that one-shot, DGR? If I could ask, can I also be oomph? Can I also get a one-shot about Madeline and Granny Mint? I did see someone say in passing that one shot about Madeline and Granny Mint, or like there could be if there's Yuri everywhere with those with eyes to see. Again, headcanon though. I don't think that would be canon because I care a lot about Calvin's character. I don't think there would have ever been history between Madeline and Granny. I think it's more significant if they don't know each other and they both care about Cal. Well, I think it makes more sense that they never knew each other, you know? I really thought you were gonna reveal you were Madeline. I knew nothing about Madeline, and from my perspective, Mintmai's perspective, I would never want to, like, towards the end of a RP go like, by the way, the character lore that you wrote, I am now writing myself into it. I am now that character that you wrote about. Like, can you imagine if Granny Mint, I would be so pissed off. I'd be so pissed off if someone did that to my story too, you know what I mean? I would feel so terrible because I think that it would be a huge disservice to Calvin's character and story to be like, the grandmother in the village that you've been hanging out with this whole time was your mom. Like, that's weird. I would never do that to someone else's story. You're Madeline and say, no, I'm not. I'm very much not. I would feel really yucky about doing that to someone. Just saying. I get that, like, if you want to, you know, have AUs or whatnot, you can do whatever you want, right? With your AUs and your imagination. And I think that's beautiful. But I do think that I would never... It's like the same thing with, especially if it's like on a... I don't know. It would be wrong. It would feel very, very wrong. Like, if I had known about Madeline, and if I had come out with something like that without discussing it prior, that would be so crazy disrespectful. I would be like, what? I would flank myself. Like, that is so... I just care about writing, guys. I just care about story. I want good story. I want juicy, delicious, painful, bittersweet, angsty story. Give it to me, you know? And then I want fluffy, separate, cozy slice of life story. That's actually why maybe outside of Calvin's character being very interesting to me, Zealand is my... It's hard to pick favorites. I'm not picking favorites based off of the streamers, obviously. My favorite VCraft character arc is Zealand though, because he left and didn't come back. I'm sorry, Lan. I don't think I would even want to propose it though. Like I don't think I would have... Yeah, not discussing it would be super, super rude and wild, but I don't even think I would have suggested that being a thing because I'm like, that piece of lore is so important and it should not be, you know. I would see Granny helping the community center to help Vitruvius II. Yeah. Okay, honestly though, okay, Zeal Jinjoga, not Zealand, but Zeal, I saw a clip of him saying that he would have wanted Vitruvius II to take over the community center. I'll be honest, and again, I'm just talking about the characters. I kind of wanted someone else to take over the community center, and Vitruvius II would have to be like, I would want Vitruvius II to like volunteer to be like the apprentice at the community workshop, not just take over it. Because I think it's just like the shoes to fill are too big when you're the reason that he left. You know what I mean? Second in command, it's more like you're not in command at all. It's like after everything that Vitruvius did, which by the way, I think Vox's acting is so compelling and I think Vox is incredible. But I will say Vitruvius's character, after the fear you instill in the town and the violence and the outbursts, you are not trusted to be responsible for something that is precious to the community that you were not a part of. Right? Like you chose to not participate in this community. You said that it was beyond discussion. You threatened everyone. You blew things up. And then to come back after you're more reformed, I suppose, and then say, I'm gonna take over the place that Zealand left. He left because of me though, is rough, right? However, I think Zeal said that he wanted Vitruvius to take over it because that would show... It would be such a full circle moment because Zealand was like Vitruvius in the past, lore-wise, right? Zealand is a like retired mage who was very like, you know, went through stuff when he was younger. And so it's kind of like he's like older and he's seen it all before. And then that's why it carries so much more weight that actually when Zeal talked to us OOC on the last day when he logged back in to look at New Zealand and like cry a bunch. and he laid on the ground in front of Lance painting like wah, and we dealt emotional damage in return to him for what he did to us. He said that Zealand, his plan for Zealand was like it takes strength to be kind, right? It takes effort to be kind. And Zealand could feel that he could no longer suppress his anger if he saw the people that had betrayed the town come back and hold hands with everyone and sing Kumbaya. And I was like, you know what? Slay. So Zealand, like from a writing perspective, Zealand got the best character arc and story to me because it works with the pacing. You know, like nothing was rushed because in 12 days it's really hard to like form a villain and then have them completely reintegrate it without it feeling at least a little bit rushed in the end. So you'll have to forgive that just for the sake of, you know, it's a Minecraft server. It is 12 days long. We have some limitations there. However, I think, you know, Vox put a lot of himself into Vitruvius's character too, and I have nothing but to sing praises about him and his performance there because I find it very, very... It takes a lot to act the villain. It takes a lot to become the thing that you want everyone else to unite against to an extent. Because that'll put a lot on you. But yeah, I think Zealand had the most whole arc because he left, and then I saw his epilogue stream, which was evil, by the way. I hate him. Lamp. He recreated Zealand's like pocket items and then booted up a solo cottagecore witch mod Minecraft world. The dedication to do that, and the fact that he intentionally like he didn't drop character yet. He did that and he missed out on stuff like the campfire because Zealand would not have been there. And I'm just kind of like, it guts me that Zealand was not at the campfire, but also absolute cinema. I have nothing to do but bow to you, Zeal. But it's like to miss out on the fun, quote unquote, the fun final day because in character you would not be there is so diabolical. And yes, he played. You should, if you haven't watched it, definitely watch any kind of like clips from Zealand's POV. Watch that last stream because most of it is silent. He does not talk. Every time he was streaming, he was in character as Zealand, and I think it actually got a little bit draining because he's the guy that's like, I accidentally became important at work. He was here to bake and to play cottagecore Stardew Valley, make a community farm and everything, and then all of a sudden you see POVs of him having like Game of Thrones high tension talks with people in the monastery, and I'm like, whoa. So he was actually considering making one of the earlier days his final day. I'm so happy that he decided to do what he did though, where the last day, day 13, he boots up stream and he is Zealand and he is alone in the Minecraft world, and literally he barely talks, and once in a while he just like builds his house, does farming, and he goes, it's so quiet. And then he sees raccoons. By the way, today is National Raccoon Day. We love you, Egg Tart. We love you, Egg Tart. But he would literally be like, it's quiet. Plays Minecraft silently. And then also just like sees a family of raccoons and is just like, he adopts a new raccoon and he names it something different. And he named it Sage. He named it Sage. And he's like, you remind me of someone. Just, oh my gosh, it's so diabolical. It's so awesome though. But that is why Mintmai. This is why Mintmai, as a viewer from the outside of VCraft Enchanted, like if I was not part of this and if I didn't have biases for, you know, Seaside Neighbor Trio and like things that Granny has directly interacted with, from a writing standpoint, Zealand's arc and commitment and missing the festivities and everything to stay in character is peak cinema to me. Like that is evil, tomato, tomato, boo, boo, but also like, wow, I respect you so bad for doing that, because I don't think I would have come for the campfire OOC. I would have just logged in with a different Minecraft skin and go, hey guys, howdy there, I'm the new sheriff in town. You know? I would have come in with a different Minecraft skin, a different name, and just sat there and been like, oh yeah, what are you guys up to? Like, I'm new here. Just so that I could have like sat there and watched everyone. Instead of watching it through someone's POV, I would have wanted to sit there. I would have modded myself into a Minecraft cat to like walk in there and just like to be there. But his commitment and him waiting until we were genuinely out of character. Get cubed moment. That's what Calix suggested to Zeal in chat. He recommended that, but guess who didn't do it? Zeal did not do that. Because he's evil. Evil. Or do you mean the part where he came in OOC? Oh, Calix told him to grab a different skin. No, but he didn't do it. He didn't go through with it because he's evil. He's a mean man. All affectionate, by the way. Go stream Zealous. Go stream the Zealous EP, okay? Yeah? Okay, sounds awesome. Plug the music. Yes. Wonderful. Medusa's Masquerade is my second favorite on that. Corroding Heart is my #1 favorite, but you should listen to all 5 songs. Oh there, I'm the sheriff. My heart is cubed. He was catching up with work and grinding for Niji Derby. That's true. I remember him saying I need to do the fastest boxing run of my life. At the end there. It was so fun. I think the out of character moments were just very healing to my soul. Even though I was streaming it, I don't know if anyone else was streaming those very late final hours, but I'm glad I did just to have a personal record of it, because to me, that was when my heart started to lighten up a little bit, before I then proceeded to sob and cry as I did Grandma's outro. If you hadn't watched Granny's outro, I think that it's very important to me. if you're curious about the story I wanted to tell and how I wanted to just show the love in this village and things like that, I took a walk around Granny's favorite significant places. And then I like perused everything one last time. I sat in my room and I fed Egg Tart. I fed Egg Tart as the last thing I did outside, because actually I hadn't planned that originally, but I walked by the community center because I was trying to like use the teleport waypoints a little bit less, just to have an organic like walking through experience. But I walked past the community center and I was like, Egg Tart is still in there and Zealand is gone. I'm like, give them one last sandwich, because the sandwiches are made by Zealand and Granny's jams, right? At the end, at least. And Zealand is a character I didn't even get to interact with too much as Granny until like later towards the end, but he was always a very, very great presence in the town. I was glad that like, it just kind of feels like there's another, you know, elder, another wise old elder, and he got so excited when Granny also had like a picnic basket, and I was so happy. So it also gutted me when he left, but secretly behind the scenes I was like, that's so peak. Me, evil me that like loves this stuff is like, oh, juicy. That's so juicy. The idea to do the solo stream, I can only admire it, you know? Just as another creator and writer, I'm like, oh, yummy. I'm so sad we'll never see Egg Tart wash his food again. You can see Egg Tart wash his food again once I think the map is out, I'm sure. They're just making the backup of the world, I think. I don't want to obviously ask for specifics or to rush anything, but I'm pretty sure I've seen plenty of people mention it. Both fans, you know, I've mentioned people bring that up. Who was it specifically that said that? Was there like a specific streamer, liver, that mentioned that the world map is going out to everyone? Because I know that we really wanted a copy for us, but yeah. Us meeting Egg Tart OOC healed me a little. It was a really sweet moment, right? Oh yeah, I needed to comfort Egg Tart, because that's something I would do anyways. But also, because I have cats, right? And actually, Egg Tart really reminds me of my fat cat. One of my 3 cats is very, very, very big, and he does look like a raccoon because he's fluffy, but he has Siamese coloring. And he kind of reminds me a lot of Egg Tart because he's so round and circular. He is healthy though. I checked with the vet because I was worried when he was a kitten and then started growing so rapidly. Egg Tart was thrown into super hell by the mayor, right? No, that was a separate raccoon. I think the mayor would never actually throw Egg Tart into super hell. I think that the mayor put a raccoon that he thought was Egg Tart into super hell. I think that is a lot more in line with the mayor's character, where he's like, go to super hell, raccoon, and then he sends the wrong one. No, it's a good thing. Positive, Rai. Positive. He's comfy. The circus music did not help at all in the final moments of the outro. The circus music was so comforting to me the whole time, because I just love Undertale. Undertale is my favorite narrative game. One of my favorite narrative games. I really like Celeste too, but Undertale. But yes, the mayor's dedication to the RP is what made me want to be more comfortable saying and doing whatever I wanted in character. I was just like, we're gonna be fine. Not the impression. I have a great Mayor Clifford impression. Do you want me to start talking like him now? Slingshot? I can't do it. It's not the same. I can't slingshot the same. No, it doesn't work. Thank you for 13 months, Resolve. I really appreciate it. Slingshot! I can't do it. I can't do it. I don't have the voice. I don't have the booming bass in my voice to do it, you know. The circus was a perfect creation. It was really nice because honestly, I didn't get to talk to Imp very much past the first day. When I was still a potion witch, actually, I did give Imp a potion, and Imp was very sweet. But we didn't get to interact as much, even though we were neighbors, because I think there was literally so much locking in to just build the circus for everyone to enjoy. Yeah, town is full of witches. Did people tell you how you practically listed all of Calyx's favorites? I was not aware of that. Dungeon Meshi, Rebecca Sugar, etc. I was actually not... I don't think I knew that. I might have swiped past something on Twitter where someone said something about us talking about like a lot of the same favorite things, which was really fun. But my favorite manga of all time is Dungeon Meshi. Dungeon Meshi is like my number one. Number one. And then Rebecca Sugar, I love her music and I love how she helped develop Bubbling in Adventure Time because Bubbling is very, very special to me. And I love Adventure Time, Steven Universe, Bee and Puppy Cat are my holy trio of Western cartoons. Y'all are twins. That's so crazy, but I will say I did see something. I did see a Calyx thing that made me perk my ears up because he sang Phantom of the Opera. Do you want to guess what my favorite musical is that isn't Hamilton? I actually do think I like it more than Hamilton because it's more angsty. Hamilton, I like the music, I like the story. My favorite opera, well, my favorite musical is Phantom of the Opera because my mom introduced it to me at a very young age because my mom's favorite musical is Phantom of the Opera. So, I don't know. I feel like us theater kids are gonna have to catch up about this someday, but yeah. In sleep he sang to me. I've sang Phantom of the Opera on stream a long time ago, I think. But I think my favorite Phantom of the Opera song, my mom's favorite is All I Ask of You, and I do really like that one too. But my favorite thing to do is to duet with like a really low voice and then a really high voice. Welcome, Raiders! Thank you for the raid! Welcome, Raiders! I am really bad at looking at the notifications on YouTube. I don't know where they tell me that there's a raid, but welcome! Thank you so much for wanting to hop into my stream after. We're just yapping. Talk to him about Zelda. Wait! Hold on. I don't know enough about Zelda yet. I'll say that piece is missing, but I like Breath of the Wild. I haven't finished it yet though, but I just like the aesthetic a lot. I'm currently doing I've been doing my first Breath of the Wild playthrough. I took a long break from it because my hands were getting sweaty and I moved houses and I got really bad about setting up my Switch to connect to my PC. Wishing you were somehow here again. Oh my gosh, wait, that song is so beautiful. Ooh, good pick. Wishing you were somehow here again. I sang that when I was like a child. I sang that in elementary school. Wishing you were somehow near. Phantom of the Opera, I kind of wish that I hadn't seen it until I was a bit older. But my mom introduced it to me when I was pretty young. She was like, this is a beautiful story. And I was like, this is scary, Mom. And then I watched it when I was older and I was like, wow, this is peak cinema. If I could cosplay someone from Dungeon Meshi, who would you be? Marciel. Marciel or Fallen? Marciel because I think personality-wise, I am the most like Marciel. I will say Marciel actually inspired a little bit of Granny's character, but please don't point out why because no Dungeon Meshi spoilers, please. I think when Granny was young, she was probably much like Marciel because Marciel is my favorite because I'm just like her for real. However, I love Leos too much. I love Leos so much. My yapping king. I also like the cat. Itsuzumi. Itsuzumi is very precious to me because I'm a cat person. But I also think Fallen would be really cool to cosplay. I think I could cosplay a nice Fallen, and I want to cosplay Chimera Fallen. Because if you've ever seen like cosplayers do that really cool thing where they make like a extension, like a whole caboose, for lack of a better term, and they become Chimera Fallen. Oh my gosh, Chimera Fallen is so sexy. I want to be her. I really love how Fallen is drawn in the manga specifically. The way her expressions are very soft and she's always blushy and her eyes are droopy, like very special to me. Calyx is Leo's coded. I see it. I see it. Hold on, wait. There's this character I really like from Dungeon Meshi. And it reminds me a little bit of Calvin, even. not the same, you know. They're very super different personalities. But if you've read Dungeon Meshi, okay, again, I'm begging everyone in chat to like never spoil Dungeon Meshi for anyone, and especially please don't spoil it if you're a debonair. Do not whisper any spoilers at all to anyone. But I think this character has appeared in the anime, so it's fine. Thistle. I like Thistle a lot. The writing wise, I love Thistle. But I will keep all of my Dungeon Meshi talks very spoiler free because I should not wish them to reach anyone's ears. Because if you have not read or watched Peak, or if you're waiting for the anime to finish, I will wait patiently. But Thistle or Sissel is I think one of my favorite characters in terms of how they are written and their story. Yes. However, if I'm just to pick like, you're my favorite and you're my favorite, Marcel is my favorite. Because I think I'm the most like her. I am the most like her and Granny is the most like her. Yes. I see a lot of myself in Laios and Fallen as well. Fallen for her more quiet and reserved. I know I don't seem reserved on stream, but I felt a lot like Fallen maybe when I was in school. Marcel is more like my real personality, I suppose. She's a little goofy. I love my local girl fail that's scared of eating monster food, because like that would be me. She's so real. Thistle mentioned I'm tweaking. Thistle is amazing. Yeah. And I will not elaborate because you should just read and watch Dungeon Meshi. Best piece of media. If I had to choose, oh gosh, it's hard, guys. If I had to choose one piece of media, like any media, television show, written thing, book, novel, manga, whatever. If I can only choose one piece of media to preserve forever and to be passed down like historically and for like everyone to like, this is a classic, I would pick Dungeon Meshi. I would pick that. One Piece, you say? Man. You know what's so crazy? I think about it, and you know, something that happened to me day one was the whole scene with Boog and Vitruvius and Sir Eve and Brock Lee. If you know Granny Materva for like some of the later scenes, you have no idea, you might not have any idea that this happened. But right, thank you for the 3 months. Thank you for 3 months of Memban. I appreciate it. I love Ryoko Kui. She's like not just the best writer, like not just one of the greatest writers. It is her art that carries so much of the stuff too. It's that good, huh? I've been meaning to start it. You can choose to watch and finish the anime. I'll tell you with confidence, to me the manga will always be better. Like no adaptation can do the manga justice. Because of just how amazing Rokokui is, like the drawn expressions, the subtleties, the detail, and then the foreshadowing in the detailing is like so important to me. Do you like Witch Hat Atelier? I do like Witch Hat Atelier, but I'm very behind. I'm very, very behind. I've not read it in a long time, and it's just very long. The reason why I think Dungeon Meshi is perfect as well is just because it's a very self-contained story. It exists, and it's perfect as it is. And anything else that happens to the characters and in that world, you can think about to yourself. The art is also really nice. Yeah! The paneling is also really good as well. Love it, love it. I think I like Dungeon Meshi more, but it's like a matter of personal preference too. But I'm gonna glaze Dungeon Meshi like any day of the week. Witch Hat Atelier mention. Witch Hat Atelier is really, really, really good too, don't get me wrong. It's amazing. It's just, I think themes and things that Dungeon Meshi go into, Actually, I've been making a small transition to reading instead of watching. Good to know. I think no adaptation could ever be better than the manga to me. Like, yes, I love the music and I'm glad that the anime exists, because I am watching every episode. I am supporting. I want so much Dungeon Meshi. I can never get enough of it. I want the music. I want all of that. But the manga itself is just the closest you can get to perfect, like a perfect series to me. I think most manga made by women just appeals to me as a person, low-key. You know how people talk about characters written through a certain gaze, right? There's the female gaze that they say. But I do think that because of how our perspectives in life sometimes can be vastly different, the way, like, even shonen, the way women write shonen is very different from shonen that I see written by men. And I like Rumiko Takahashi a good amount, right? But I will be picky with my shonens. Hello, hello! Hi everyone, just coming in. But yes, I do understand a little bit of what you mean. Like, it's never a determining factor, right? Of course, it's never a determining factor in giving a series a try, but I do find myself feeling, you know, joy seeing that. Oh my gosh, Miss Granny, you're so pretty! Hello! Hello, Faye! It's gonna take me some time to get used to... Oh my gosh, hi! You think I'm pretty? Oh my gosh. Cute girls think I'm pretty. Oh my gosh. Hi! I get really shy because maybe it's the first time a lot of people are seeing my art anyways. Speaking of my art, do you guys have fun looking at my very own fan art? I love Ranma 1/2. I love Ranma 1/2! I love Ranma 1/2. The manga and then the original anime. And then the remake. The remake is fun too, but the OG anime is better. And then the manga is better than the OG anime. That is my personal hierarchy though. Yeah. What do you think of Full Metal Alchemist? It's good. It's definitely like Brotherhood. I think I'm gonna have to give it a rewatch. It's been too long. I can't remember very much. I think there's some anime that I wasn't able to like watch all the way through because when I was younger, I didn't really have anywhere to watch them. And I didn't have a computer, so that makes things a little bit harder. Or I would watch stuff on my tablet, but I had to, you know, try and find a way to watch some anime. You only watch the OG art style change for Brotherhood threw me off. Everyone always recommends Brotherhood though. Everyone always recommends Brotherhood to me. That's not just me, right? But I suppose that the styles are different and that would affect something. I can see that. I did not love Full Alchemist Brotherhood at first, when you couldn't watch it all the way through. I think that I don't want to talk about series that I'm like not totally familiar with. I'm gonna take another sip of water. So many apps, so happy. I don't know, guys. VCraft Enchanted just has me thinking about storytelling for life. And honestly, I feel like we're gonna have to do another VCraft Zatsu because I'm not even looking at... I'm not even like watching or reacting to clips today or anything. Which I would totally want to do, but you know, you'll have to forgive me if I do that offline. But yeah, this is the fan art that I made. Have you watched Bocchi the Rock? Of course! Bocchi the Rock is one of my favorite animes. Yes. And Bocchi the Rock is one of the few where I'm like, the anime... To me, the anime is better than the manga because of the creative direction. Bocchi is one of my favorite as well. Because honestly, you hear me talking about all this great world building, story writing, fantasy. I love fantasy, but I love slice of life and I love girls in a band. Girls band cry, Bocchi the Rock. Still have to watch K-On! Actually. But I love that stuff. Hey, you guys want to know something else? Like, I think the story that made me realize I liked angst, there are a couple. When I was a bit younger, I watched Anohana, the flower we found that day, and then I watched Nagi no Asukara, the Lolo of the Sea. And those two are some of my favorite animes from that time. Some of my favorite animes of that time. And I do think that I still enjoy both of them. Anohana holds up. I think the Lull of the Sea, it's not even like the Lull of the Sea is just beautiful. Nagi no Asukara, to me, there are some things plot-wise, writing-wise, where I'm like, maybe I'm not so sold on that. However, I let Nagi no Asukara get away with pretty privilege. Unfortunately, because I'm so biased towards the ocean. I was almost an ocean-themed VTuber when I designed myself because I love the ocean so much. I love the ocean so much. I love the beach, I love the water, and so that just adds extra layers to, I guess, how much I love the seaside cafe too. There are sunflowers in the background of this drawing as well, if you like zoom really hard in on the super light background. I doodled some sunflowers. I wish I could have put more people in the reflection, but I think it was just art of Granny. I was trying to draw Granny and characters in her, you know, characters she would have frequently seen in her life in New Witchington, some of her dear loved ones. So yeah, you can see. Have you watched Children of the Sea? I don't think so. Yeah, I love the ocean. Speaking of fantasy, have you watched Free Ren? Yes. Hell yes, I've watched Free Ren. I do really like Free Ren. Dungeon Meshi is better in my opinion. Personal opinion, I enjoy Dungeon Meshi's story more. However, I do love Free Ren. I love Free Ren's anime. Free Ren is another one where I'm like the anime. Oh, same director as Bocchi the Rock. Bocchi the Rock. Coincidence? I think not. Give it up for Big Water. I'm glad you guys like this drawing. I didn't have a lot of time because I had to work, so I had to work on some stuff. But I did want to draw something. Actually, I still have a lot of VCraft enchanted photos. I haven't posted yet because my Otsu VCraft post was in character. The problem was I want to do VCraft posts that include everyone, not just my farmer's market and like people I saw very frequently directly, you know? Because I do think my Otsu, my thank you New Witchington post is very centric to Granny's feelings, I think. But I want to include everyone. I should watch Children of the Sea. Thank you for the recommendation. There are people in the reflection. OMG. Yeah, the art is on my Twitter if you want to just zoom in on that. You may zoom enhance. Let me see. Oh, you think I would enjoy this? Showa Genroku Rakugo Shinju. I have not seen this before. Ooh. Is it about actors? Guys, one of the early animes I watched, probably watched it when I was too young anyways though. Glass Mask. And I don't know how well it ages, but I watched the 2005 Glass no Kamen. It's a shoujo. I think it is. I remember it being angsty. But I remembered liking it. Because I do really like series that center around the entertainment industry anyways. I find it so interesting. Hi, just wanted to come in and say I loved your performances, Granny. I'm the one who drew you as a cat. I hope you didn't mind. Oh, of course not. I have it in my fan art slideshow. Thank you. Your art is so cute. Your art is so cute. I don't think I've ever been drawn as a cat before. Or maybe I have been once, but I thought it was very, very warm and beautiful. And you drew the moment where I was like serenading a little. Oh my gosh, the serenade, guys. I'm so... Oh, right there. It's right there. Thank you. Thank you, Evie. Or Eve. Oh, traditional comedy stand-up. Wait, I'm so interested in that. Wait, me too. Okay. Do not like Oshinoko because of how it went. Things went downhill for me with Oshinoko as a manga, but I really liked the theater arc. I really liked the stage act arc of Oshinoko. I liked that a lot. And then that was kind of it because it lost me. It certainly lost me. Speaking of girls band animes, Girls Band Cry is getting a sequel movie. They didn't announce the date yet though. I'm excited. I just love Toge Toge, you know? Yeah. I heard that from a lot of people. Yeah, I'm not saying don't read Oshinoko. I'm just saying if you read it, just go in with a little bit of mental preparation that what you want to happen or like a satisfying ending is not there for you. That's all. If anything, a very unsatisfying ending is there for you. So if you choose to decide to just not see what happens towards the end, I actually respect that. If that helps you like the rest of the story more. Girls Band Cry movie? They announced it without a date. Yeah. I love Toge Toge. I have to learn that song. Oh my gosh. That's one of the best songs, one of the best girls band songs. And of course, I love Suise, and so I noticed that the Toge Toge characters are drawn with kind of a familiar art style, and I was like, oh my gosh, it's Suise's model illustrator. Apothecary Diaries. I like reading Apothecary Diaries. So many good recommendations. Oh my gosh. Wow. Wow. Does Joshiraku count as entertainment industry? Well, I love media about actors or like, yes, I think Rakugo comedians counts. It's just, I like the dynamics between people behind the scenes. It's kind of like why I like Girls Band Cry as well. And I like Idol. I really like if my favorite idol got to the Budoka and I could cry. Like, I really like that series. Yeah. Love that series. Oh, thank you for the recommendation. The Yuri recommendation. Tsuki wa... Let's see. Tsuki wa hitsuji wo kazuenai. Oh! Oh, I like the art. Ooh, I like the art. They're very pretty, sparkly. Listen, I'm a little bit of a sucker for Yuri where one of them looks very princely, or if both of them look very princely. And I'm not even usually into the prince type, unless it's a woman. That is the princely one. I think I haven't read a lot of Rakugo themed stuff, but I think I will have to now. Have a nice stream. Bye. Bye-bye. See you later if you gotta go. Thank you for hanging out with me. Have you read the other big one that's also mentioned a lot with Dungeon Meshi and Freerun? Yes, Apothecary Diaries. I've read it. Can I use my one time and recommend you Medalist? You have recommended me Medalist before, haven't you? You have. I think. It's the ice skating one. I actually have that on I've had that on my reading list for a really long time because the paneling is masterful. I've seen how the artist has been able to portray movement in the panels of like them skating. I'm really biased because I love watching figure skating. I love watching figure skating, so I'm probably gonna read that and then I won't be okay. I'm gonna love it so much and I'm going to be not normal about it. But I think, you know what? I will read it. I will probably read it soon to heal me. I love Girl Princess so bad. Yes! Yes, yes. 16-bit sensation! Oh my gosh. That is another one. It's kind of... I've put 16-bit sensation in a similar category to like Keep Your Hands Off Aizoken, where it's sort of artist industry behind the scenes. I still need to watch 16-bit sensation. But if you're an artist and you haven't seen Aizoken, or if you're not an artist and you haven't seen Keep Your Hands Off Aizoken, I think you should watch that one. Also, congrats on 6K subs! Wait, where? On YouTube? I think we hit that on Twitch a hot minute ago. Where are we at on Twitch? Wow! We did hit a 7K milestone on Twitch. I thought we were at 4K on YouTube. What happened? What did you do? What did you do? Wow! We did hit 6K subs together. That's crazy, you guys. That's kind of scary. Wait, I think I am on 6. Blah, 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 blah. That's so crazy. What? I think I'm at 6K on Twitter as well. I don't even know. You know what? Yeah, we'll just karaoke tomorrow to get to know me, but also as like a little celebration. Wow, I try not to look at that stuff too much because I think my content is my content, and if you're here for it, you're here for it. And I really appreciate you guys so much. That's such a crazy milestone. That's so many people. That's a lot of people. Oh my gosh. What? I don't think it'll... I don't know. I would make it a secret quiet goal to hit 10K someday, but I don't care if it takes years. But that would be super insane. Deserved. Thank you, guys. I also have to call out the Cinder Buns for a second. I'm teasing you guys. Much like how I teased certain other fan bases for their Giga Turbo Starlight usernames, which I find very, very cute. I definitely see people from Malim's chat. A lot of them have their YouTube display name, like, and then in parentheses, it'll be like Malim's something. And there's some really interesting ones, and I really like them. Let's go, Oomphy, you speak your truth. Oh, I'm glad VCraft allowed me to meet you. You guys are really sweet. I was just thinking if we did a 5K party yet. No, because I was at... I remember being very excited about being at 4K on YouTube and Twitter, like, just very recently. Because I like the... I didn't even finish the art, guys, for 4K. I've been so busy. I drew myself in... Oh my gosh, wait. I'll show everyone the work in progress. I was working on art to thank people for 4K on, like, any platform, I guess. Because I think I got 4K on Twitter first, but I was working on art of me holding a camera so that I can make that, you know, do a cute little caught you in 4K cheeky joke, but it seems as though I will be getting there a little bit late. Oh, here it is. I'll show you guys. Gifted Pog, thank you so much for the 5 gifted, Sunny Cosmos. Thank you. That's so crazy. That is so crazy to me. The insert person's legs type of username. I don't think I want to say it. I don't want to say it out loud because, okay, I'll tell you guys now. I got gifted Malim's Mensi. I was snipe gifted Malim's membership yesterday while watching his stream, and people were like, whoa, that's crazy. Does that happen? Granny got sniped. And then Malim was like, I feel like this is like my parent, like finding out that I do VTubing. I feel so like shy / embarrassed that like you could see my members content now, which by the way is just like some co-working stuff where he like mixes a cover or whatnot. And I'm like, great, I'll watch those later. But I kind of get that though. I would say now that I'm talking about, you know, other VTubers and whatnot, honestly, I love supporting my friends at Oomfs. If anyone does like GFE or BFE type ASMR and stuff, I will be supporting you silently because I can't. I think in general, I personally can't really listen to those as much. That one's for your fans. Me, if I know you, Like for instance, you know, I think all the parsleys should really enjoy Misugi's ASMR, and I love her very, very much, and I also love ASMR. But like, I'll listen to it, and I'm like, I feel like I shouldn't. I personally really like ASMR. I love ASMR, and I like RP ASMR, but just not GFE BFE personally. But if it's oomfs, I'm just kind of like, okay, I absolutely love you, but I'm not gonna intrude on the space that I think is for you and your fans, if that makes sense. Like, I am also your fan, but I also, like, I don't think I could ever listen to, especially after VCraft Enchanted, I keep saying Enchanted. After VCraft Enchanted, I don't think I could ever, like, listen to, you know, like, any of my new friends in that sort of context. It's just not, it doesn't line up in my brain because it needs to be someone that I don't know. It has to be someone that I don't know at all in order to have any immersion. Because you know what it would be? I'd be listening to it and I'd be like, they would not say that to me. And I don't want them to say that to me. It's not like that. And so that's how it is for me, at least. But I respect the grind, and I think it takes a great level of skill to come up with a good script for stuff like that. So again, all love, but I feel, yeah, it feels like forbidden. It feels like I'm reading their diary. That's how it feels. Like, it feels like sweaty palms. I've snuck into your room, opened your bedside drawer, and taken out your fluffy pink diary with like the lock on it with the key. So that's why I personally I set that boundary for myself. And I think you know, I don't know if other people set boundaries about that, going like, I hope my friends don't listen to my ASMR of me doting on my fans. But I think I just can't listen to Pampers You ASMR if it's someone that I know. I have to be parasocial for my favorite ASMR artist, who is Latte ASMR. Shout outs to her. I think she's lovely, and and she takes care of me lots when I can't fall asleep. She's a beautiful woman, and she's really, really good and has very high quality ASMR videos. She's not a VTuber, but yeah. That's how it is with me. But this is something I was working on to thank everyone for 4K, and I lost some stamina and I got busy, so I haven't finished it yet, but we will be finishing it. Did you know sunflowers are my favorite flower? You love latte? Yippee! Yay! Sorry, I just got so excited. I moved so much, my face froze. Latte ASMR. I always advertise her when we talk about ASMR on stream, because she is my favorite ASMR artist. She puts in so much effort. She's so good, and she does like layered sounds, and it's just my favorite ASMR. Yeah. But this is the art I was doing. I suppose I will have to finish it a bit later, but sunflowers are my favorite flower. They have a lot of really sweet symbolism. But like, outside of that, they're Mintmai core. And I can say that. I can say that. They're flower friends like to sometimes send things on Twitter, and then I'll ego search it. Like, when they see something with a lot of bread or whatnot, they'll be like, this is Mintmai core, and I'm like, oh my gosh, it is. This is another drawing I did of me wearing a dress that I have IRL because I love warm color palette stuff. The fashion thing is not a joke. The loving yellow, orange, and bread thing is not a joke. I only can wish you could see my room because it's adorable. My room is adorable, and I'm very proud of how I decorated it. And then this is also art. This is all art that I've done. This bottom right one, the design, the outfit design is designed by my lovely friend Arisa VTuber. She designed the outfit for me, and I want to turn it into one of my official outfits someday. But I drew, the version I drew is a short skirt version. But as you can see, me loving sunflowers is that was not just a Granny Minturba thing. That was me being so real. That's why I was so happy there were so many sunflowers by Calvin's Tower, because I could always visit and look at them because I love them and they're so pretty. And something about sunflowers in Minecraft, I'm like, the one thing that bothers me about sunflowers in Minecraft is that they don't rotate to actually face the sun. Because sometimes I wish that they could do that. I very much self-indulgently wish that they could face different directions according to the time of day. But they always just face one direction, and that's okay. Anywho, that is that. But yeah, this is just some of my other art. Floats around Twitter. Maybe I'll retweet some of these later so you guys can see them. But I was really proud of this one. It's special too because my friend designed the outfit, so... Oh yeah, sunflowers only face east. Yeah. Do sunflowers actually face the sun in Minecraft? No, they don't. They don't actually. They're like... I feel like they just always face one direction. They do, what do you mean? They don't rotate though. They do? Wait, what? They don't rotate though. Minecraft flowers only face east, which doesn't follow the sun. Yeah, I just mean that they face one direction, so like once a day they're... or once or twice a day they're facing the sun. But, hold on. I need... Oh, sorry. Wait. That's embarrassing. I put a Twitch command. I put a Twitch command instead of doing it. Aris, like, I thought you already had the mod badge in my YouTube channel. I didn't realize you didn't have it yet. Anyways, that's my VIP. That's my first oomfs. Do you like any other bands? Do you like any bands other than One Direction? I actually don't even know One Direction very well. My favorite bands are Kesoku Band and Togenashi Togeari. Yeah, both anime girl bands. I do like rock music though, or like J-rock, gentle rock. One Direction mention, you don't know you're beautiful. I just haven't listened to a lot of American bands. I like Lover Loser by TXT though. Like, I like that kind of music, that sound. I'm a big fan of. Let's see. It is past 4, you guys. Thank you. What do you mean thank you? I love you, Arisa. It is past 4 and I was just thinking that it's time that we wrap up anyways. I've really enjoyed chatting with everyone. I really enjoyed talking with everyone. I will close out with a serenade. I'll sing for you guys one more time, but tomorrow I think we will karaoke. I want to sing some Zeal songs tomorrow too, actually. I at least want to sing Medusa's Masquerade because it's such a banger. But because I learned more about, or like I've become more of a fan, then yes, I really want to sing that. You know what I didn't realize? Last thing about VCraft for now. We'll chat about it more a bit later. I'm sorry we didn't get to the Q&A. Can we do a VCraft Q&A a separate day? Because I think that I still have to catch up on a lot of other people's POVs and clips. So today ended up being more of a mix of like about me and then about VCraft. Let's actually do a VCraft specific Q&A. And I'll retitle the stream a little bit so that, yeah, I'll recraft the stream. Guys, I'm not normal anymore. VCraft. I will restructure the title of the stream to be more appropriate for what it is for VOD Gang, but let's do Q&A another day, and maybe that'll give you guys some time to think of some questions. Maybe I'll drop the Morrow link on Twitter or something, but I think that would be good to do later this week. I do want to sing Silver Lining for you guys, though. Can I do that? I can do that, right? Yeah. Let's do that. It'll be a cappella on YouTube side, or like VOD side in general, but... I love the song, and I think that this song has been really It's one of my favorites recently to sing because Leve is my favorite. My favorite American, or well, not American, she's Icelandic, but my favorite English speaking musician at this time. Yeah. Let's go, guys. Ikza! Grab your pen lights or your baguettes, which is very thematically appropriate for my bakery. I just want to say thank you everyone again. Thank you everyone again for liking my story. The character I portrayed, my acting. It was my second time ever role-playing, but let's talk more later about all of it. Cause I want to see Calvin's stream, Calyx Calvin's stream. I've been falling in bad habits, staring into the abyss, drowning in red wine and sniffing cinnamon. We've been kissing on the playground, acting like little kids, making dirty jokes and getting away with it. So I propose, it's long overdue. When you go to hell, I'll go there with you too. And when we're punished for being so cruel, the silver linings, I'll be there with you. I think I can do even better. Let's go. Never been calm or collected. No one ever called me sweet. What a miracle, I found a darling. I met you at the worst time, fell in love on a whim. Now we pirouette in fields of rosy sin. So I propose, it's long overdue. When you go to hell, I'll go there with you too. And when we're punished for being so cruel, the silver linings, I'll be there with you. The silver linings, I'll be there with you. Patchy, patchy, patchy. All right. Yippee. Well, that's everything for this stream. Guys, I gotta be honest. I don't know if I don't think I can just raid into Calyx's stream, can I? I probably don't have perms for that, right? Probably? Most likely? But I would encourage everyone go there after this, because I do think that Calvin has a very, very cool story. Manual raid? Well, I don't want to interrupt his chat, but we can all just kind of scoot on over there. I think you do need perms. Yeah, that's okay. I really want to see it. I might have added you. I feel like everyone's really busy. Hold on, let me send the link again. Send a prettier link. There we go. You don't have to say that it's for me or anything, though. Just, you know, we can scoot over there. Granny just wishes to sit. Granny just wishes to hear the tea. I genuinely am super interested and curious. He's yapping about bagels. What? I like bagels. If only you guys were here when I was going on long rants about missing bagels after my New York trip. I'm so gutted that I don't get New York bagels. I am so... My heart is so sad. Yeah, we can sneakily just like kind of move over and all... What if we just all send sunflowers? Can we just send sunflower emoji? Nothing else? He doesn't need to know you guys are from me. After all, if I had to say anything, I feel like a lot of you guys are just from... many people over here, many new flower friends, are from Debonaires and Cinderbuns anyways. So I really appreciate you guys for hanging out in any capacity. I'm super grateful. Yes, New York City Lox Bagel is my favorite thing ever, but unfortunately I am super far from New York. I am on the other side of the country and we don't have good bagels here, so I'm sad. But yeah. Okay. Let's pop over there now. I think I will keep the rest of my closing words brief because I've gone a little bit over, but hold on, I have my phone arm out. You know what? It's fine. I'm catching you guys in 4K. Oomfs, I must away. I must away now. Thank you for experiencing Granny's story. You know, there's a lot of people that are very special to me, even if you didn't get to see enough of them through Granny's POV or other POVs. I hope that you continue to enjoy everyone that's made VCraft and New Witchington what it is, because they've all, I think, changed me and touched my heart in ways. And something I did really want to say is I don't think I will be the same person that I was before VCraft, after VCraft. You know what I mean? But in the best way. It doesn't change my personality. It doesn't change anything about me or my content, but I think like in my heart, I feel like something very unique and special has happened and that I have changed. You know? Oh my gosh, hello! I'm so sorry. I have to head out soon, but it's beautiful that I had a life-changing experience, and I hope that you all have found so much community here
they have given
in any part of New Witchington.
Gift subs in the channel.
Thank you guys so much. Thank you. Please enjoy everyone else's streams. But yeah, we're gonna just kind of slide over into Kalix's stream because I'm gonna be watching it. I'm gonna lurk and work, finish packing my merch orders. Thank you everyone for waiting on those. I got the boxes behind me. I'm almost done. I think I have like maybe a few left. I packed over like 30 orders. I'm so grateful. But yeah, I'll see you guys next time. I'll copy and paste my socials over here. Okay. Here are my socials. Here's my little website. And I suppose if anyone wanted to join the Discord server, you're free to lurk there, but if you want to just sit there to get pinged for announcements, you may. There's Flower Friend Discord. Otsu! Oats! Sometimes I see people just say oats, and that's very cute. Honey bunches of oats! Wow. Otsu. Ochu. Chew. Ochu Mintmai. I'm gonna jump scare everyone that I see lurking around on Twitter. Bye, Starlight. Bye. I don't know if there's a Cinderbun equivalent or a Lanphilia. What are your mascots called? What are your little guys called? Tell me someday. Tell me sometime. I'll go dig for it, but thank you everyone, flower friends, esteemed guests, to be flower friends, current and future and past. Bye, flower friends. Bye. Mintmai rocket is blasting off again. See you later. You guys are so cute. So cute. Bye-bye.